Welcome, everybody, and Ichuta. As always, we start with the original members from the stream. We always want to highlight these guys because these guys are the early supporters and they deserve their highlights. So tonight we're going to get into a little bit of controversial. So the ones that are usually on the side of good are on the side of bad. The ones that are usually on the side of bad are on the side of good. So how are we going to land? I don't know. We might even have a special guest later. I'm not sure. I sent a lot of invites. So let's get into it. What do you guys say? All right, everybody. What's going on? It's another Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's somewhere in the middle of the week. I wanted to get as many as the group as we can together to highlight the new movie on the big screen. It's not just a show that we have to entertain week by week and clinch our pearls and talk about it in the background and anticipate what they're going to do. No, my friends, not this time. Not this time. This time we are doing it all at once in a 2-hour plus movie, I think it was. And it was glorious in my silly opinion. But again, I'm the shill of all shills. I'm the lighthouse, the beacon on the rough, crusty waves of Star Wars. So here we are. We're going to bring in the guys. And then maybe some other people might show up. I'm not sure if the invites all got cast properly, but we're going to find out. So let's get started. We're going to bring in the boys. And it's the boys. Hi, boys. Hold on. I got to change this. There we go.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
So like I was saying, this is gonna. What's up, dude? Tell your roommate to get his ass on. I don't care who's in town. So this is a what's the word I'm looking for? This is a big week.
So
Go
I
ahead.
have an audio thing where I don't hear you.
We hear you and your background.
We hear
I hear
you and
Matt.
your background.
I don't hear Obsession at all right now when he's talking, but I hear Matt.
What?
Oh,
And I know Obsession's coming through on the stream.
Oh boy.
oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Why would it
It's
do
called
that?
Set the mono.
Oh boy. How my? Oh boy. Hey, check your sound settings.
We'll do it live.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. We always have these problems. It's entertaining.
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
going to be weird, huh?
I think so. If you can't hear me,
That would be awkward. Yeah.
what's up,
Why do I hear you and not him?
Faustus Chewy? Maybe you have me muted in your audios because you can independently mute. I think
Do you maybe have him muted independently?
I don't
independently.
even think I can do that from the phone.
Let me see if I can check
Maybe you
your
can come
audio
back. We'll try this
settings.
again.
Yeah, try coming back in.
Yeah,
We're gonna
Okay.
figure it out, everybody.
We'll figure it out. What's up to all the phone peoples? We're doing vertical streams now, so welcome to all the phones, the people on their mobiles on the stream yards. So my thing is, we're gonna mess this up a bunch, and that's just how we do it, and that's the brilliance of what we do. There we go. Scotty's entered the stage. Hello,
Yep, I hear you
testing.
both now. Weird.
Hey,
What up?
the boomer moments are over.
Yeah. My goodness.
Well, hi James. Welcome to the stream. You're in for some interesting takes on a new platform. So, let's start by just talking about. Oh, I don't know.
We are the Lords of Shilltown.
Well, I mean, you know me. I'm always a shilly. But what's funny? Well, we can just get into it. What's funny is you guys are on the other side of the coin this time, and that's what's funny to me because usually it's Scotty who's a little more shilly with me, and it's Matt who is a little more, we'll say bassy, if you will. And so the funny thing is, as we're in the chat in the back. Talking in our group on Discord, I was surprised to hear the reactions are different from both sides of the street this time. As always, I'm always gonna find the lighter side of Sears, but you guys are on the other side of the coin this time, which I found really fascinating.
Yeah, it was. This movie was. It's a strange situation because I ended up enjoying the movie. It was fun.
Yeah.
But it's also and then we're going to get into it later in the stream of how things have kind of been confirmed of how this movie even came about. It's probably the most unnecessary movie, and yet it's still doing better than a whole bunch of other movies that have come out in the Star Wars franchise. There was box office numbers and ratings and stuff that came out for the opening weekends and stuff, and it's not doing bad. It's not doing great, but it's not failing like some people have predicted it would. But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was a weird experience. I'm just happy to see Star Wars on the big screen, in all honesty.
Well, it was a
Yeah.
weird experience in itself. Go ahead, Scotty.
I was just gonna say briefly that being a fan of The Mandalorian and the first 2 seasons that came out were amazing. This was beat for beat, season 1, season 2. So if you liked that kind of Star Wars, you'll like this movie. But that's where my like hype kind of ends. And you guys know me. I'm always like, what's this leading into? What are we branching off from this? I don't even see where it's like filling in that 30-year time gap. You know what I mean? I was expecting just a little bit more from it being on the movie screen.
Well, I think that is. I think it's a matter of looking at it for number one, what it is, right? The show that this spawned from, and this show is called The Mandalorian, right? So we meet Din Djarin, we meet other Mandalorians. We get a little more insight into Mandalorian culture. We get more lore, which we all were really digging, and then we get a little more into other waters, right? Like we know Grogu's special from the beginning, so that kind of tracks through the whole show. We know he's got Jedi tendencies that tracks through the whole show. We get some of the background story.
Dude, there were things I forgot about Grogu that this reminded me, and we could talk about that later. But
yeah,
we don't get a whole entire background on Grogu, right? Because there's still a bunch of missing years. There's still a bunch of time. We don't know how he got to where Din found him. But ultimately, that show is called The Mandalorian. Okay? This show is called Mando and Grogu. So this was not just about Din and the Mandalorians and that. This was about the evolution of Grogu, right? Grogu becoming, in his own way, capable, right? This was an evolutionary story of a character that we're probably going to see for a very long time, right?
Oh, yeah.
he did impress me. He showed me some things.
Right. So there's some really good storytelling going on here, right? We get to see Nal Hutta, which we've only, if anything, perused, right? A flyover, if you will. We've never really gotten into the depths of the Hutts. We've seen Jabba, we've seen Nero, we saw Rada, which we'd never seen a baby Hutt before, which was interesting. In the Clone Wars, right? We see the twins in Mando, but we'd never really seen the inner workings of Hutt space, right? Number one, their defense ships were awesome. They were like little mini barges.
Those were sick. When it was flying out of the portholes and everything coming out, it's like, oh man, this is sick. They did a really good job with really like giving us a world, like a new world, like something that wasn't so much like something we've already seen before. Like in the trailers, we go back a little bit, we started speculating, even just between the three of us, we were speculating we were looking at Dagobah. And then now seeing the movie and seeing that it's now Hutta, and the differences between, yes, it's like swampy and everything, but there's like these organic structures like that were like, I don't know if those were homes. Like, did Hutts live in those or what? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? It was like coming up like, yeah, like a tree, but it was like an orb, like an organic orb. It was very fascinating. It's one of those things that when the movie comes out on like Blu-ray and everything, I want to like freeze frame that and
for sure
break it down.
For sure. Yeah, and
visually stunning.
that's the thing I think that was the most entertaining for me is number one, expanding the universe. We're not on we're not on Navarro. We're not on Tatooine. We're not on, you know, we're not
This
just at
ain't
the space.
Canto Bite.
We're not. Yeah, we're not a Canto Bight. We're not a Haxian Prime, right? We're not any of those places. Something completely new, something completely different, and as far as world building, this was a really awesome uh, world building experience in this movie, right? Like that's one thing I can say that I was really impressed with was this location, wherever, however, wherever, whatever, this location that they made Nalhutta was amazing.
Yeah.
It just visually, I was like, in the middle of the movie, I was like, this is gorgeous. Like at one point, I
Dude,
just kind of go ahead.
there were a lot of moments, like even right at the beginning when it does the title screen and then you see the X-wings coming down with the sunset in the background.
Oh,
And the
that shot.
way, like, tell me those X-wings are practical effects. Like
I
the
think there
way
was a
that the
ton of
sunlighting
practical.
was hitting them, it
Mm-hmm.
just looked so damn clean. Like
Yes.
It was
them
gorgeous.
doing the flybys, every time they're like coming in and landing, some of that shit looked real, like not CGI. So
Well, and I've never seen a swamp look so gorgeous,
Yeah.
right?
The
Like
depth,
it.
the details. It was, you're right. I want to say to that sunset shot though that you mentioned, Scotty, I got
right
total
in the
Top
beginning,
Gun vibes. Like
yes,
that's what you know what that shot, just that
coming
one
into the
shot
New
alone, I
Republic.
was like, I am hyped for Rogue Squadron. Like I
Dude,
want
please
that
make
movie.
that movie happen.
Please. I want all the stuff with the ships, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was. I mean, everything on the New Republic outpost was great. Visually, it was pretty. Um, again, Zeb was perfectly done.
yep.
Again, like it wasn't just a quick cameo, a quick little nod. It was action scenes. It was piloting scenes, and they did Zeb a true solid. Right. This wasn't the Grand Inquisitor. This wasn't a fumbled attempt to bring a Rebels character into live action and make it look good. He looked absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And the same voice actor, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so.
It was Zeb's voice actor. So yeah, he
Hey,
literally
that's
like
cool. I don't know if I knew that.
yeah, they plucked him right out of Rebels and put him in live action, and they did such a good job with him. And the fact that, like you said, he was in more of the movie than expected was really great. Which that was the thing too about this movie. There are certain characters that some characters I expected were going to be in it more that were not, and characters I thought that were just going to be glimpses that ended up being main roles. And Zeb was one of them. Zeb being in it more definitely surprised me. The biggest one was Rada, which to me personally, Rada stole the film for me.
Yeah, his voice was super off-putting. I got to be honest.
I'm used to that voice though.
The voice, the voice that they used, the voice actor. I don't know who it was. I don't know.
Yo,
I don't know.
The bear.
Um,
It was actually the bear the chef from that show. The Bear.
his voice was really, really freaking me out. Right, because it was like in Hut he sounded normal, but his English was like way too humanoid. I was just like, bro,
Yeah.
like it really
He
There was something about
downtown,
it.
you know.
And John and Dave talked about that in an interview. They were citing like how they were trying to mix audio from Jabba and like the tones of Jabba's voice over the top of the actor's voice, but not try to take
Interesting.
away from his, but at the same time not trying to take away from his performance while doing that. So that balance there, like, sounds like it's kind of a first time thing they're really messing with.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Jabba had that lower
But it
tone.
would have also pissed me off if they spoke Huttese the entire film.
Yeah,
They had
yeah, for
so
sure.
much dialogue. So anyone who's complaining about that, it's like you didn't want to read the entire
Well,
movie.
you know
I know
what?
you
We
did.
heard what was that Purple Hut in Clone Wars? He spoke English.
Nero.
Yeah, Rada's uncle.
Nero.
Yeah, Nero.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or Jabba's uncle, whoever that was. Yeah, Jabba's uncle. Yeah, he spoke English, and he had a whiny, cartoony voice, but it was English.
I'm going to
Uh,
touch on things like from beginning to end of the movie while we kind of go through this and just interject with like because I may or may not have beat for beat what happened in the movie in front of me to help us kind of guide through this.
eh,
Well, I
But
know nothing. I see nothing.
but so I also thought it
Oh.
was really cool that
Oh.
the reward that Mando got for like it was a pay it forward for bringing in this Shadow Lord was a completely rebuilt Razor Crest.
no, not rebuilt. Like, well, yeah, I guess
It
rebuilt.
was
It was like
put together
preserved.
for him.
Preserved.
But
Yeah. They said
but
they
they
got it from someone.
From
and
from a
built it up.
collector. There was
Yeah.
like a collector that
Oh,
had
is
a
that
garage
what that
full of
was?
ships, and they found it, and he had restored it to like
Mm.
pristine factory, kind of like a classic car collector,
Yeah.
right? He fixed all the
Yeah.
bad stuff, so they
right.
like brought it for him.
Yeah, and it did get kind of rebuilt to its prime. But as soon as he got it and realized it was stock, he had all those little guys, the Babu Fricks, come in and completely gut out all the stuff that he didn't want in it to make it faster or get rid of all of the like, what's that thing in a car that stops it from going fast?
Governors,
Yeah,
limiters.
he had like all the governors pulled out, all the checks and balances removed from it. That was
Wait,
cool.
did he take out the same part that Ray took out of the Millennium Falcon?
Basically.
Oh, maybe.
Basically. Check the private chat when you two get a sec. Scotty, I don't know how hard that's going to be for you.
No, I got it.
So even yeah, the again, you guys know my problems.
What am I looking for?
My question is, where are you, dude? Like, get you. I know you're here. Get here. You guys know my problem with the movie is just the one cameo, right? Like that's really my only complaint across the entire
Oh,
movie.
Sigourney Weaver is gonna bother you that
Is
much?
Ripley
She was fine.
Ripley's the one that gets me every time. So
Yeah.
so yeah, Ripley Bean.
Well, listen, she survives this film. You might see her again.
You know what? That would have probably been the only thing that made me happy was if she had died in the fight scene.
That would have
probably been the only one.
like the guy
only
from
thing that saved it.
Independence
I'd have been
Day,
like, okay.
where she's like, Fox 3, and it doesn't fire. It's stuck to the ship, and she has to
Jammed.
ride it into the tree.
Yeah, from Independence Day.
Yes.
Tell my kids I love them. All right, you alien assholes.
That's so funny. See, I'm on the whole opposite side. I loved seeing her in this. I loved seeing her in an X-wing. That that blew my mind. I was like, Ripley's in an X-wing. I'm like, this is freaking awesome.
Well, if you keep complaining, they're gonna go back to Jack Black. All right.
Oh god.
I mean, honestly, dude, I'll take a skinny Lizzo in an X-wing at this point over
what's so
Sigourney
funny?
Weaver. All right, I'm over it.
Season, everyone always leans in on Jack Black and Lizzo, which, by the way, they were by far the worst, like completely breaking of the whole thing part of all that. The one I never hear anybody complaining about, and I loved him in it, but he was still like not great, was Christopher Lloyd. Nobody seems to ever remember that Christopher Lloyd was in season 3 of Mando.
Yep.
Well, and that, I mean, look, that's been my complaint. This is the new Modern Family. Everybody wants a cameo. And that's my issue is I don't like the Disneyfication of Star Wars as much. I don't mind how they construct their whatever. To me, it's just the zoom in at the end of Mando 3, right? Like that Mickey Mouse circle and then the pan out. Sigourney Weaver, everybody getting their cameos, Christopher Lloyd, Jack Black, Lizzo. I mean, I can keep going on and on and on. People that make sense. Bo-Katan coming in at, Starbuck. A lot of people, if you're older like me, you remember her from Battlestar Galactica. That's Starbuck. But because she did the voice, because it's so perfect, Katie Sackhoff belongs in live action, and it makes the most sense, and it's perfect because the character was basically drawn around her face.
Yeah, it was her likeness, her voice, the whole thing. That was, yeah.
Hera, they did a good job. I feel like they've done a really good justice. I feel like the Grand Inquisitor, again, I feel like that was just budget, man. I just think they ran out of money on Kenobi because they had to do the show twice, and they just ran out of money. Where this show, I don't care what the budget is. So I wanted to I got a emergency call when we started the stream that somebody wanted to come and say hello, so I wanted to bring Princess in. Hi.
Well, hello.
Look at that stash.
Wow.
What's up, guys?
It's very Floridian.
What is happening right now?
Dude,
I'm being brought
Holy
back
shit.
in time right now.
Does this not feel like it happened a millennia ago?
It does.
Well,
it
it feels right because there's a movie on the silver screen and it's not just a show. So
Do you guys remember?
You're the only one that has those sounds.
Oh, no, where's my fart gun?
You're the only one that has those sounds.
What's up, dudes?
What's going on, man?
So you guys went, you and Jay and some of the gamers went in Florida. I think you guys put up a tweeter of you guys going or something, maybe on Jay's channel or something.
Yeah, Jay put up a video and like a picture. We were in, to be fair, it was a small theater. Oddly enough, Savannah, Georgia is home to the tallest IMAX in America.
No shit.
Interesting.
Nice.
Interestingly enough, very small spot. Theater was empty. To be fair, the picture was not genuine because moments after we took the picture, 2 other people walked into the theater for Mando and Grogu. But it was a quiet night, but it was a quiet town in Georgia.
We went
as well,
went in the middle of the day. We went to the earliest showing we could, and it was very like kids not out of school or kids not out of daycare.
right.
But when we left, the lobby was packed.
Oh, nice.
A lot of
So,
people
like,
going to see it.
Yeah, it seemed like the night shows were doing way better on Thursday. But the numbers globally have been better than most expected, I think.
Really?
It's been improving. I went on that Saturday to a 10 a.m. show. I brought my son to the 10 a.m. show on that Saturday. And surprisingly, we actually had a decent crowd in the theater for that showing. And then again, when we were leaving, as it was getting towards the afternoon, the theater was starting to build up. And
Do we know what the numbers are at for the movie officially?
I have it somewhere. I'll find it.
It's somewhere. Matt's got tallies.
So I put it somewhere around like 400. I think that's where I thought it was going to land, like 400, 405. I think that's where I thought it was going to land. Mainly, essentially, because unfortunately, in my brain, I felt like this was almost a little disrespectful that they took an entire season of Mando and they were like, all right, we got to put this out as a movie. Because that's what this was. This was season 4 of Mando, and they're like, dude, we need something on the screen. Let's go Mando.
It actually wasn't, which is surprising. Season 4 is written and ready to go. Written. And Dave and John, they just did an interview recently. Basically, were like they were told by Disney, like, hey, we need to put something in the movies. What do you got? And then they showed them season 4, and they're like, well, this is, and they were like, can that be a movie? And they're like, no. So they basically had to write something new.
I think there's a part of me that kind of believes in that because it has no ties to 2 and 3 and the Darksaber and all the other things that can happen. It's a little bit of a side adventure.
Well, and
that's
I'm glad
what I was going to say. This is where some of the harsher part of my review comes in. Is like I don't feel like it was a season. I feel like it was an episode because they were literally just chasing that one guy. That one bounty was the whole film.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and this has been what Scotty has been saying is that it doesn't get us anywhere or It doesn't, it doesn't tie into the series. And my thought is, Scotty's having technical difficulties, so he's not.
I am.
You still dealing with that
No,
prairie
no, no.
network out there?
He's on his phone. He's not on his.
Yeah,
on
no,
his,
I'm not at home today.
He's not on his home studio, so he's
Yeah.
he's making the best of lemonade.
Well,
So,
I found that
but
number.
here's the thing: is like, and it's a perfect segue talking about the Darksaber and the whole series. That to me is like, so Mando. The first season introduces us to the Mandalorian culture, right? Then we get into this whole Moff Gideon and the Darksaber thing, and that seems to be where everybody's really tied up. Is that okay? The Darksaber's gone. What's now? That da da da. But to me, that last episode is really what was a conclusion of a war, right? So
In
like,
three?
yeah, so like the Darksaber getting destroyed is actually a good thing because that thing has done nothing but bring war between its people, creating a rift between the real Mandalorians and the fake Mandalorians, right? And so this whole thing ends a war and makes the Mandalorian people one people after 1,000 years, right? So like the idea
You're also destroying like one of the most gorgeous artifacts
Doesn't matter.
in Star Wars history for the
Yeah, that was a
for the
fumble.
continuity of the Mandalorian. Like, come on, this ain't mainline Star Wars.
but
you know
it doesn't it's not a necessity anymore, right? You don't need it to rule is the point, right? And that's what it always was. Well, you don't have the Darksaber, you're not a ruler. Well, that whole argument is gone. The people are united. Wear your helmet, don't wear your helmet, that's your prerogative, but ultimately they're back to being one people.
Who owned it at the end of its life? It was Bo-Katan, wasn't it?
It was Bo. Mhm.
Yeah.
Was it
So-
Bo or was it still technically? Oh no, because Din like yielded, right?
Well, he told the story, right? Because it's kind of true. He got his ass kicked by a robot. She beat the robot. It's hers, right? Like he just told them what it was. right?
Technically, she gets it, yeah. And then they destroy it. Come on.
And then they destroy it. Now,
Yeah, I agree. Terrible.
I don't necessarily think it's the best strategic move on marketing and product to sell.
It's the most fabled lightsaber
But-
in Jedi history, and then she wins it on a technicality, and then you destroy it. I spent $500 on the Razor Crest, and then you blew it up in the third episode.
But there's a new one.
I got a new one. It even has
There's
the
a
yellow
new one.
trim.
Well, great. I'll just
got
paint
new-
yellow lines on it. It's like nothing happened.
Here you go. Hold on, I got a Lego around here. Let me get some yellow
And guess
Legos
what?
and change it
They're
real
gonna
quick.
have another $600 Razor Crest, and this one's got what? Yellow lines on it.
It's
Come
probably going to
stock,
be shiny
actually.
too.
Huh?
It-
Oh, in stock. That's right. Yeah, this one's stock.
And it'll probably be shiny too. They'll probably make
Until
it
the
like-
little babus rip out a bunch of stuff, and now it's an underground racer.
yeah.
Lego just put out a cross section of the Death Star for $1,000. So
Yeah. So I legitimately have, before we get too far away from it, I do have a question for the way that the movie went and stuff. Is it not painfully obvious to you as the story beats go for the movie that there were episodic endings? Because we have these huge wave off moments where we see Rod of the Hutt is leaving in a ship, and it's like, okay, that's the end of the movie. And then he goes away, and it's like, okay, that was the end of an episode. And then, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, Rod of the Hutt, he's gone, okay, for about, in movie terms, 3 or 4 days, and then they come back to Rada's gunship, and it's covered in vines and jungle growth and everything like that. And it's like, whoa, a lot of time has passed. This almost makes sense as if they wrote this like it was something that was episodic, and we're coming back to this 4 weeks after we ended what happened with Rada, and now we're back and like, oh yeah, that's the gunship.
True. But at the same time, I think that Disney doesn't know how to shoot television shows, so all of their
They don't know how to do movies if that's how they're doing movies.
well, I think that that's now how they shoot overall because they've adapted to television.
Not a
and
great plan.
I don't think they know how to do what they used to do, right? With timing. I mean, although this one was way better timed, Aside from a few subtle cues there.
Then what?
Well, the timing of a lot of their shows, right? They have a really hard time with keeping the pace.
Obsession, you and I, that's a pretty fucking low part.
But
Depending on what the show is.
well, but I mean, they have problems with timing in a lot of their shows, and
Yeah.
it seems like they shot all of the Mandalorian series like a movie, right? Because that's how all of their content
very,
feels.
very long movie. Yeah,
Right.
But
That's how, and then they just chop it up.
They did. I feel like Mandalorian more so than like Ahsoka or anything like that. They leaned into, and I respected it at the time, much less so now. How they attempted to make a serial episode, almost like how Dave did Clone Wars, where it was, each one was its own contained story. They definitely attempted to do that with Mandalorian, but I see it in Mando and Grogu. I see it in 30 to 45-minute sections during the movie, and that's why I definitely lean into the thought that this was at least written, maybe not shot, but written as an episodic thing that was turned into a movie. And of course they're going to come back and be like, no, that's not.
I'm
what
wondering
we meant
if this was. Sorry, go ahead, Scotty. Man.
But also, that's kind of towards the end of the film. Like that, him leaving really doesn't happen until you're about 2/3 of the way through the film. And for me, some of the more enjoyable stuff was actually the gladiator stuff. Like they did the gladiator stuff beat for beat the way it should be. I thought it was cool that it was his last fight in his contract. He was fighting for his freedom, that whole thing. And the whole underbelly of that city looked amazing. All the characters there were amazing.
The city looked dope.
It was so good.
That was my favorite part of the movie, believe it or not. It pissed me off when I watched it, but
that song is amazing.
Shakira?
It threw me off at first, but then it grew on me quickly. I was like, all right, I'm kind of vibing with this.
Actually, that whole weekend when we were playing golf, we were listening to that song. It was like, actually kind of a hit, dude.
That gladiator scene, though, I just want to make sure everybody realized what we were looking at. Do you know what we were looking at?
Yeah, it was hollow chess. It was Jar.
It was, but it was every creature that was on the board.
He even did the same move from the hollow chess with the over the head, and the floor was the hollow chess board.
Thing, all of
so
it.
The question is, because the huts are so old, was hollow chess developed after that gladiator pit?
That's what
or was it the other way around? Right? Like, because they had all these monsters, was hollow chess...
No, we always designed games based on real life.
That's what I'm saying. So was hollow chess designed off...
after.
Yeah. It's just like Monopoly, right? Monopoly's real life.
I don't know why that peeved me off.
Oh, really?
I just felt like that's a huge payoff. We're talking about going all the way to A New Hope. Yeah. For that to be the payoff in this project, I was like, you guys didn't earn it here. Come on, let's do it somewhere else. I don't know, something that means more. Maybe I'm just massively jaded, but.
So I do want to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's Embo.
Yeah.
A lot of lines on that guy.
Yeah.
Had a lot of lines, but...
The fight scene was cool, but
Which one was
very
Embo?
short-lived.
Embo's the bounty hunter with the dog.
Right.
Okay.
Head.
With the
Yeah. Rebels hunter, right?
Yeah. He goes back to Clone Wars.
Yeah, it was Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's right.
And Rebels.
Yeah, he's a Clone War. He's a Clone Wars bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
His fighting style was actually very similar to the hat guy from Mortal Kombat.
He's Raiden.
Kudos
Yeah,
to
no,
that.
he's Raiden. 1,000%.
Yeah, between Iron Man and Captain America and Raiden, he's like a cross between their fighting styles. I thought it was very similar. But the way that they made his suit and armor, the whole thing was very Clone Wars, right? Was very down and dirty work for the huts.
Had the Filoni on it.
Definitely had the Filoni on it. But I think that's that Clone Wars payoff that we get. That's that tribute to knowing, all the inner workings of the huts, right? We knew Jabba had his people that he liked. We knew he had all the bounty hunters on lock, and to just see that's still present. I really enjoyed that the huts still control
with this whole movie.
What's that?
That's my biggest problem with this whole movie. All right, so we've dismantled the Jedi. Great. Okay, we got that done. Now, in Mandalorian and Grogu, we have fundamentally dismantled the Hutt Empire as well, because who's in charge? The twins. Who's the heir to the Hutt Empire? It's Rada, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The New Republic goes in and nukes Nal Hutta. And the only person left to take over the Hutt Empire is Rada the Hutt, right? Yeah. And what does he do at the end of the movie? He joins the New Republic.
But I think that's good writing, because that opens the Hutt space to the First Order and to them losing control.
See, that's the thing.
No. But look, what did everybody always do? Everybody
Imperial
always
remnants,
went,
though.
but everybody always went and negotiated with the Hutts. No one wanted open war. Nobody, right? Nobody from Clone Wars, pre-Clone Wars. The Hutts did their own thing. Nobody fucked with Nal Hutta. Nobody fucked with Tatooine because that was Jabba's space. Until the New Republic
came in and literally nuked Nal Hutta. That's a effing war crime, dude.
Right. And so what's going to happen? They are not going to be friendly no matter if Rada's over there or not. The Hutt space is not going to be friendly to the New Republic. It gives
who's running the Hutt Empire?
Well, we don't know now. I mean, there will be somebody. There's always there's more Hutts in there, right? It's not. I mean, just because that was the upper echelon of where the
I know there's more Hutts.
Right, but
here's the problem. They didn't address any of that. There's no like,
what the,
he always
the man
comes
himself.
in weird. He always comes in weird.
This guy's just gonna steal our cookies.
What else?
He's still not talking.
It's been like 2 years since I've seen you. That's how you're gonna leave me off, Mafia?
Yeah.
It's been like 2 years, man.
I'm always thinking in the way that Dave and John tell stories. It's always a tier down the road, right? It's always something in the future that they're writing small now. And that's how I feel about this. This is just a reason for the Hutts to not be friendly to the New Republic, to open trading routes to the remnants of the Empire. When Thrawn shows back up, because that shit's on the horizon, right?
100%.
So there's going to be that war. And with the void of Hutt space, there's a vacuum, and the Empire loves a vacuum. Right, so that they can swoop right in and ally with the Hutts, take those trade routes, and that shuts down the New Republic. And you start to see why the New Republic fails. Right, this is Dave and John telling a story of, well, if the New Republic is out here doing their thing and they're taking out these warlords, how do they lose? How do you lose? You're taking out the remnants, you're taking out the upper people. How does one Grand Admiral change everything? It doesn't. The New Republic is cocky. They're dickheads. They do make really stupid decisions, like bombing the Hutt Empire. And so it shows the baby steps to them losing control of the galaxy.
So take this or leave it, whatever. I'm the only guy, I feel like, at this point, who's like trying to figure out what John and Dave are doing on G&G, and this has been my take, and I feel like this is the way they're going to do it. There have been rumblings at Lucasfilm about a retcon of the sequel trilogy, which, by the way, it's not going to fix anything. Doesn't matter. Even if Lucasfilm does it, it doesn't matter. To the people who are upset about what happened with the sequel trilogy, it doesn't matter what you do, it's never going to get fixed, right? They've been bruised and they want to move on. Whatever.
Well, and the characters they want to see retconned are dead.
Well, here's the thing.
Are we going to AI them?
Yes, they already have. How many times have we seen Luke in Star Wars when Mark Hamill's old as dirt? Like, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They're going to plow right through those barriers. So what I think is going to happen is that they're going to use Ahsoka. They've already introduced the World Between Worlds in live action. They're going to use Ahsoka. They're not going to retcon the sequel trilogy. They're going to reuse the World Between Worlds to give us a new timeline in which Filoni is going to make Ahsoka the main character in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, rewrite it in a way that fits them. They've already brought back Grand Admiral Thrawn. Ahsoka is going to be the main character with Grand Admiral Thrawn as the big baddie in a brand new Heir to the Empire trilogy. And that's what we're going to get from Lucasfilm.
Mara Jade lives.
Matt Gabe's like,
though.
shit, he's right.
No, I mean, Dave was talking the other day. Dave was talking about, how to bridge this gap between the sequels and where we're at now, and that's all they're doing. All roads lead to Rey, right? I mean, the new and I hate the actor choices, but what's Gosling's movie? Starfucker.
Starfighter.
Okay, so Starfucker is
actually
Starfucker is supposed to be an introduction to a reintroduction to Rey, right? Coming forth as whatever. They're not
Starfighter?
Yeah, that's the supposed plot line is that he
there's-
is the Obi-Wan Kenobi leading a young Jedi to Rey, or a young Force user to Rey, and that's the whole plot of that stupid ass
How
story.
does that make sense within the terms of the
It's after the sequels.
It's after the sequels.
Oh, they're going to be
Ryan
flying
Gosling
T-70s?
is taking the kid.
Fuck that movie,
like,
dude.
on the
That's what
path.
I'm saying. Fuck that movie, right? But it solidifies the argument, and I hate it because of the acting choices. I hate Ryan Gosling. I hate Sigourney Weaver in Star Wars. I hate these big names because Ryan Gosling just did a fucking movie in space. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You don't
but what
belong
if he's
here.
enough? He could
Fuck
be
off.
enough for this.
And I just want to say thank you, Obsession. By the way, Sigourney Weaver in an X-Wing pilot's helmet.
Ugh, it
not a
was
great
Ripley.
look.
I was
Not a great
and I
look.
was saying the only
Am
way
I
to
the
make
only
that.
one that loved that?
Yeah,
Yes.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think across the world you might
There
be the
are a
only
lot of
Sigourney
people
Weaver
that
fan.
called her Meemaw. They're like, why is Meemaw in a fucking X-Wing? Like,
Well,
get
not even
her
that,
out,
dude. Like I was telling the boys before you got here, like the only way that makes good on me is if she dies in the end.
right.
like-
She gets the blue leader treatment. in
Yeah,
Rogue
yeah.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, she
But
gets
it-
red fived.
Listen, hold on a second. Give me the
You
me
you
the-
want the floor?
give me the-
Matt
give me the
wants the
floor.
floor.
give me the floor for a
Matt
second.
wants the floor.
I just
Oh.
Sigourney, if you ever happen to see this, I want you to know you were phenomenal flying an X-wing, and seeing you all geared up was awesome. Keep doing you. I want to see more.
No, that's cringy.
Come on now.
I mean, you will because she's
Do you
still
know that,
alive.
Dave? Have you?
You will, but you could. I'll make that a public service announcement on its own. But yeah, I wasn't happy seeing Ripley piloting an X-wing. They did Zeb like perfectly. That's the one thing I can say about this movie.
Zeb was great in the movie.
Zeb fucking rocked,
Best
even hand to
character?
hand.
Martin Scorsese.
With the forearm.
The same species
Crushed it.
as the pilot from Jedi Survivors.
Yeah,
I
the
asked, I
eyebrows,
was like,
too.
wait a minute. Is that him?
No,
No, I'm
it
like, what,
wasn't him.
timeline doesn't make sense.
No.
Zebra's great, but why was he there?
Because he's a big part of the New Republic, right? Like that's the thing is like the Ghost
Oh,
Crew
but
kind
why?
of.
He found his way to like that new Lasat. Like what is he doing?
No. He just ushered all his people there. He was still
Yeah.
very much involved with the New
He's a
Republic.
rebel.
Yeah, he's a rebel through and through.
Or
Like he just
whatever they are now.
he just ushered his people to their new planet. Showed Callus that he didn't kill all the Lasat, and then he was still very much in the New Republic. Like
So he
They're
just
just
like
Callous
cops
that
now,
stayed.
basically. They're all
in my
cops.
head, like he tricked Callus into going there so they could all like hang him and flog him in the streets. It's like, what do we?
Yes.
What's going on, man? You can't just show me Zeb with no.
they're just gonna
Callus.
the queen just eats him. That's just that they just prepare him as a meal for the new queen. Yeah, that's twisted and evil, and I love everything about it. But yeah, Zeb was very much the whole Ghost Crew. I mean, Hera becomes a general. Zeb becomes a commander basically at Delphi base, and a recruiter. I think that's more of what Zeb's responsibilities are at the Delphi base is more
Not
to
now.
recruit.
He's a handler for a freaking bounty
Yeah,
hunter.
I think he's a recruit. I think he's more of a recruiter, not so much a soldier at this point. And I think
I
That's-
don't like the way that they're using. I like Zeb. I think they did a wonderful job with Zeb. I like the way that he is portrayed. I don't like him for his use in the movie.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
getaway
what I'm saying.
driver for a bounty hunter. Like that's
Like his
not
one action
Zeb.
scene was badass.
Yeah.
Well,
no, he's
he's-
crushing.
But
He's also facilitating the, I didn't like the deck of cards. You could have used a different name than the Ace of Spades. You could have called it,
Oh, who's it? The Ace of Spades?
yeah. So I don't know, like, whatever they could have called it something different. And Sabak, the Idiot's Array high card, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
But I think that's more Zeb's gig right now. Is he's just hunting Imperial remnants. Like he's not commander of a wing. His job is to get out there and do what he was doing.
Yeah,
as
he's a down
rebel.
and dirty guy.
He's the
Yeah.
guy they send out when you need support for a black site mission. Like, and I think that's what he's doing there. He's not so much the getaway driver. He's,
Yeah, that's a fair take.
but he needs
he's
to be on his planet helping them reproduce.
nah. They got plenty of those for that.
Oh, he does.
He
Once
You want
makes
to see a different
trips.
kind of movie.
Those are what do they
Desperate
call them in
times.
prison? Those are
That one's on LimeWire. It's not in theaters.
yeah. It's I think they're used.
LimeWire, you boomer.
I thought he was talking about Vine for a second. But yeah, I think they're used again. Sigourney Weaver's my big issue. Rada's English was off-putting. We were talking about this earlier. His English was like almost weirdly off-putting, but his relationship with Grogu was hilarious, and I thought
Yes.
that was definitely
dog?
yeah. Basically, can I feed
Dude,
him?
but is there going to be
Hey, I
any
don't like my
payoff?
dad.
Because
Can I
they
feed your
really-
dog?
They really focused in on that friendship, and I hope that it leads to something like 20 years down the timeline where it's like
50.
Grogu needs help and
100.
he's the leader of the Hutts, and yeah.
Am
That
I
would be
am I
awesome.
wrong to say that, like, please, instead of, by the way, the loudest I laughed in the theater was when Mando walked up and said, "Dewanga."
Yeah.
Yes.
What are we doing,
was
dude? I laughed almost as hard when Steve the steroid slug went, "I don't like my dad. I got abducted, but also I kind of like it, and I'll be free in like a couple minutes." I didn't like the way they wrote him at all, dude. If you're gonna do Rot of the Hutt, if you're really gonna do Rot of the Hutt, maybe do a little bit of love. You really want to do fan service? Maybe talk about, hint Anakin and Ahsoka about being rescued. Maybe talk a little bit about his experience with the Hutts instead of just saying like, "I don't like my dad, so I'm kind of couch surfing at this gladiator arena. And also, hey, can I pet your dog? I remember being his age. He's 50. You don't remember being like, come on." I like him being a Hutt that's capable of fighting. We've seen that already, like in the comics way back in the day. Totally, 100%. Let's get into it. But like making him literally Steve. He just sounds like Steve. When he talks, he's Steve. You knew that kid. He's like, "Fuck my dad. I'm a rebel. He's running a criminal empire. I'm not about that." Yeah. At least
voice
make him speak Huttese. Maybe
They could have hired you. Like, why'd they waste the money on Jeremy Allen?
I
White?
sound exactly like him. Make
And
him
I
at
promise
least
you, nobody showed up to that movie to hear Jeremy Allen White as Rod of the Hutt.
just
Yeah, but
make
no
him
Star Wars
at
fan,
least
like I was saying earlier.
speak Huttese.
Dude, there was too much of him talking. No one's gonna sit there and read this movie. They weren't gonna do it. It wasn't
No
like
casual
Jabba.
fan
Jabba
showed
didn't
up
really
for him.
have
Well,
that
here's the
many
great thing:
lines.
he doesn't need that much dialogue. He's a Hutt.
But he
That's
was
like
one of the
saying the
main
same thing in
focuses of the
Return of the
story,
Jedi.
so-
Like, you're not going to listen to this guy talk for. He doesn't need to.
Well, and that's one of my biggest complaints with the George Lucas rebrand in the 2000s of the original trilogy when he's talking to Han in front of the Falcon. I'm just not, I wasn't down for all the additions to the original trilogy.
You talking about A New Hope?
Yeah. It's the same
Hey,
thing.
Mark Anthony Austin was on my channel. Just take it easy, man.
I call a spade, man. I don't care who you are. There's no pulling punches on this place, but ultimately
It didn't need it.
It didn't need it. Same thing. Now Rada, like I said, his voice was super off-putting to me. Every time he talked, I was like, I kind of giggled a little inside. But ultimately,
I giggled a little
again,
outside.
I think this I think all of this, specifically this movie, was designed as a bridge between what's going to be 2 and 3, or I'm sorry, 3 and 4, but to also add more stakes to the demise of the Republic. Right? The New Republic has to fail. How do you fail when you have this much momentum?
Yeah, they
Right.
made
I
a
think it was
choice
just
that they
designed
shouldn't
as
have
easy
by
money.
going there.
What's that?
They even made a point to say that like they didn't have jurisdiction there, so the New
Right.
Republic definitely made a choice by doing what they did.
Oh yeah, that was
Right.
That was an intense.
And I
move
think
there.
that's just John and Dave doing story building to how do we get to the First Order? Because we've already seen the Shadow Collective, the Shadow Council. We've seen 2 of these guys now that they're slowly starting to pick off, but we saw Hux's daddy, right? We know Thrawn's coming back. We've got the Project Necromancer. So ultimately, all of these
Is Gideon
steps,
dead?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and all
Right,
this
'cause
clone
that's-
building.
Yeah.
But they'll be like, no one's ever really gone.
Well,
with
I mean,
with
but
these with all these
Somehow Gideon
fucking
returned.
planets and shit too, though, like I really feel like they're just afraid to go there, bro. Like that snow planet could have been Ilum, and they could have done the little fucking, bubble
I
letters
think it
saying that it
was.
was, but they could have confirmed that for
Wait,
us. It's
which
like, oh
planet?
shit, the Empire is now on Ilum. That
The
got
one on the
turned
mountain
into
in the
Starkiller
snow
Base,
in the beginning.
the snow
I think
planet.
it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
But then
I
they
believe
also
that
do
was
the
Ilum.
fucking Budweiser commercial with the Tauntauns. So was it?
That first scene, by the way, like Mando kicking ass and taking names, I'm like, all right,
That was sick.
all right, we're back. The guy who was supposed to be the main villain in that, one of the worst actors I think I've ever seen in a movie ever. He drove me nuts. He's like, you are under my protection. He's like looking at cue cards. I'm like, dude, you gotta like, come on, dude. This is Star Wars, my guy.
Yeah, yeah. But
Did
again,
nobody else like feel that or see that with that main guy?
yeah, yeah. I
was a
mean,
little awkward.
Saying
he,
that.
he was super awkward. But I mean, if you look at that scene, him and Coin, and then Gideon, that's 3 out of 10 of the Shadow Council, right? So now and for me, that was Ilum, right? As far as I'm concerned, that's the beginning parts of Ilum. And just because Mando came and took out him doesn't mean that Hux isn't going to come in and take over, right? So like this,
Ilum's
right?
mind at this point.
What's that?
Ilum's mind at this point.
No,
Like, gone. Ilum?
no. This
No,
is
that becomes Starkiller Base.
that becomes Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're mining Ilum now to make it Starkiller Base.
Yeah, it's half cored out at this point.
right, and that's why they have Imperial bases there, right? Because they're coring, they're making
Yeah.
Starkiller Base.
Wouldn't we have seen like a shitload of Star Destroyers and a bunch of mining
Right.
equipment and like a bunch of security around the
not
planet?
not if they're trying to operate under the eyes of the New Republic, right? They don't have the resources they used to have. You saw in the Shadow Council during Mando, they're sharing resources. Okay, I'll send you those troops and those guards, and then they all got fucking killed.
Yeah,
So they lost.
We're going to deploy 3 AT-ATs on a very small mountain path that is easily ambushed.
Again, the New Republic isn't supposed to know, right? I guess that's my
Ain't
that's
like
my
zero BBY.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. what you're saying.
like
Zero
the New
maybe
Republic
that.
isn't supposed to know that in fact they're outright denying it. They're like, no, those are just warlords. They're outright denying there's any organization. So that's what I'm saying. This show, if anything, was great setup to show how the New Republic just blows it, right? You saw it through. We're starting to see the cracks in the armor. They're making bad decisions. They're taking on more enemies. They're letting, now that Thrawn's back,
Making
because
bad
they don't believe,
decisions.
like there's a lot of bad decisions being made in the New Republic. And moving
With
forward,
Sigourney.
we're going to get to see that, whether that's
Weaver making that
in Mando, whether that's in other shows or other movies coming. But this was to also show Grogu's growth.
Yes.
Right? That's why they
Can we talk
named
about
it.
all of the good
What
decisions
growth?
that Grogu made?
I mean, he
Bro, his
moves around
survival
by
instincts
himself.
are
He
on
saves the
point.
day. Like I know it seems dumb, but 2 years ago, all he was doing was hanging out in a pram. and floating
Yes.
around.
You're talking,
you know,
man, and all I'm hearing is he wipes his own ass.
Yeah, basically, he
He
saved the
he
day,
wiped
man.
Din's ass. I mean,
Mando,
he definitely
Din's
had
getting
the shit in that little hut.
Din's getting his ass kicked by a giant snake,
Bro
and he's
stuck
like,
his finger
"Hey,
in his
I got a
butthole."
thermal detonator.
Oh my
Look,
god.
I got a thermal
That was
detonator."
hilarious when he's just waving the thermal
Don't
detonator.
He's like,
around.
"I got a thermal detonator."
I mean,
And
he
he's
almost
like-
blew himself up, but
Yeah,
dude, yeah.
I mean, he's like, "Look, it's hot. Look, it's hot." Right? Like the best parts of the movie were Grogu, right, pounding on Mando's helmet, like, "Hey, dude, we got to get the fuck. Hey, dude, seriously, we got to get.
Dude, him
We're just gonna
sliding
die
inside
today.
of
Okay,
the
cool.
Dirt hut he made and him hitting the helmet over and over again.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'm having a lot of issues trying to rectify the difference between Anakin and Obi-Wan in an epic struggle on Mustafar, and that being peak Star Wars, to Baby Yoda going, the grenade's gonna go off.
well,
It's hard for me to be like, yeah, bro, this is peak.
you're talking about the most cinematic, the best cinematic lightsaber battle in all of Star Wars that was rehearsed over, I don't know, 2 years to get right.
When's
And
the last
then-
time we had a Star Wars movie? 7 years ago? They
And-
had time.
To a show that barely has lightsabers.
I'm not talking about you nice.
Barely.
Like,
There wasn't a single one.
well, there's been 2 in the entire span of this show, of this generation of show. There's been 2 lightsabers, right? It's not a show built on that premise, right? It's
Yeah.
not. You're not going to have grand lightsaber fights like you're supposed to have, you know, maybe in Ahsoka or maybe, you know, in.
But we haven't had any of them.
They're
Since
building
they've been
up this
taken over.
father-son relationship so that when Din dies, we're all gutted.
But we had 2 seasons of building it. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
we,
this
like
is-
like we've gotten all this
he hasn't
different
even said his
stuff.
first words yet.
I'm
bro.
just asking.
Yeah, he has.
I
He
know.
kind of said
way.
thank you. In
I
this
know.
movie.
way
It's
too
been
early.
7
Only
fucking years. We haven't heard him say a thing. I'm just so for me personally as a Star Wars fan, I'm just like, where is this going? You know what I mean? So for me, if I was focused on this movie and I'm like, all right, you know, we're taking a turn, we're moving things around. Let's start really doing some storytelling here. We brought Grand Admiral Thrawn back into the mix in Ahsoka. Okay, now we've got the New Republic making mistakes in Mandalorian and Grogu. What should have been going on in Mandalorian and Grogu is they should be, if they're trying to set up the big bad and a whole new big story with Ahsoka and all these things, is as the New Republic is making mistakes, Thrawn should have been in the background setting all this up. He should have been setting all this stuff up in the background. He should have been the one that told the New Republic through a false bit of information that Mando needs to go to Nal Hutta to talk to the Hutts, because he knew after he had said everything, he was the one that was going to set the New Republic up to fail, because now they're committing war crimes. And Thrawn was in the background going,
Yeah, I agree. They missed a Thrawn tug at the end.
That's how
I
you
think
do Thrawn.
Sheev and I were talking about this earlier, how they just missed a Thrawn post-credit scene. Absolutely. But at the same time, again, there's only one person that knows he's there, and the rest of the galaxy doesn't believe him, right? I mean, they shit on Hera during Ahsoka the entire time, basically wanting to demote her to, kick her out of the Grand Army because she keeps going after Thrawn. And then Ezra comes back, and now they're going to be like, well, how do we know you're really Ezra? Right? Like, it becomes this whole, the New Republic is arrogant and full of Empire sympathizers. And there's a lot of, and I guess that's more along all these shows over the last couple years. For me, the continued thread is the Empire or the New Republic is fucking up, and the Empire remnants are just waiting. Thrawn just got back, right? He's not ready. We still don't know what direction he's going. We don't know what he knows of his people waiting for him, because
I
his
can tell you,
contact,
according to the Bible, what he's supposed to be doing.
but he ultimately, like, Thrawn is still laying low because he doesn't want to incur the wrath of the entire New Republic with his one starship and his 200 soldiers that are left.
The Chimera.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have enough resources to act yet. So I agree with you. They missed a big nod where they could have had Thrawn with a bunch of screens watching everything happening and then just pan out and close it and show he's kind of masterminding a little more of this to screw with the New Republic. But ultimately,
Things are going perfectly.
he's just trying to
Doesn't
survive
make
right now.
much sense. This isn't what they do at Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
well,
silly.
I mean,
Not how we do it. Okay, they
This-
think up the best possible idea, and they do the opposite.
well,
How
That's
can we
how
make
you
this
work.
cool? Fuck that.
Exactly.
I don't think that we get Thrawn until the third Jedi game. I'll be honest.
This is the company
Yeah.
that says, "Hey, you guys want to see a badass Luke Skywalker? Well,
Oh,
let
you
me,
stop it
let me
right now.
show you something."
I will ban you.
There's gonna be here's what's
That's with lightsaber off a cliff.
Hey!
So-
Remember when we had this like viral like scene of him? It's only like 2 minutes long in the internet. Remember how crazy Star Wars fans were going for that? Let's do the opposite.
Again, but
this
I don't
situation ended up being a very different play, and what I'll reference is why I say this is a recent interview that John and Dave did on comicbook.com, and it's, in my opinion, one of the most transparent interviews that I've ever seen in the Disney Star Wars era, because they basically lay it out in this very short interview that this was not planned. In fact, this movie wasn't even supposed to exist. They were told, hey, we haven't had anything in theaters in however many years it's been now. Do you have anything? And they told them, no. We have season 4, which is going to have huge ties to Thrawn and Ahsoka season 2 and all this. This is what's coming. And then Disney was like, no, put something on the screen. So they wrote a standalone one and done adventure with the current popular characters, Mando and Grogu, that general audiences can be, because that was the other stipulation. Make it something that people can go to who have not watched the show and they can still enjoy it. So this was get asses in the seats in the theaters. That's what this was. And
Matt Cave, I love and respect you to death, but I would believe that when my shit turns purple and
watch
smells
the
like
interview.
rainbow
I'll
Watch
sherbet.
the
say it
interview.
to you.
Watch the interview. They did an interview with.
They flat out say it. It's the most transparent
My
interview I've
sheep
seen
turns
in
purple.
years.
Wish I could do
When
that.
did
They're
it
just
come
like,
out?
yeah,
like
this is on
yesterday,
comicbook.com.
day before.
Yeah. And they're looking at each other like, almost like, is it okay that we say this? Yeah, we did.
Well,
Yeah,
and-
this wasn't planned.
Honestly, I mean, for me, this is also like, if at the end of season 3 of Mando, we get these moments where Grogu gets added armor pieces. Grogu is becoming an apprentice. We're starting to see this growth of him within the Mandalorian community. Now he's out doing his adventures. His mentor gets captured, and he comes to the rescue. As cute and stupid as it may sound, he straps on his armor. He grabs what little weapons his little ass can take. He finds his buddies to take him to get his partner, and he goes and saves the day. Now, the adventures that he has on the side by himself were really fascinating, right? Because you get kind of a Yoda vibe on Dagobah, but you see him build his little hut. You see his meditation sentence.
We're talking
You see
about
how he
the
survives.
35 minutes of the movie where Mando's basically dead, and we have
it
to
was
sit there and watch him walk through the woods for 35
Yeah, Jesus.
fucking minutes.
I've
too
been
long.
saying this movie could have been 90 minutes long, and you just showed me how it could have been 90 minutes long.
Yeah, it for sure was a long.
Plus,
don't give Yoda it was that a much long credit. montage.
He didn't build a hut, dude. That was the escape pod he used, to get to Dagobah. He didn't build
Yoda
that.
definitely built a hut. What are you talking
Yoda-
about?
Yeah,
No,
he
look,
used.
look at
I've built the 1983 MPC Yoda hut. Trust me, he built a hut.
go back
trees-
and look at the Revenge of the Sith, though. Like the
Yeah.
vehicle
He
actually takes.
lands
That's
with
what
his.
he's in.
He lands on the ship and uses the ship as a home for a while, but eventually he builds a hut into a tree. You
Yeah.
can see the base of his tree if you go back and watch
I
Jedi.
put 3mm fucking LEDs in that thing. I
Yeah,
built a hut.
Listen,
It's
man,
a hut.
Listen, man.
He
You're not gonna
lands-
convince me the
Not
biggest
Jabba the
failure
Hut
of the
or
Jedi.
Rod of the Hut, but it's a hut.
It's no rock.
Because the huts were gone now, apparently.
The Jedi's
Well,
biggest-
again, I don't think they're gone. I think this is gonna
I
cause
know that I get it.
a
I know.
war.
There's other huts out there, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, when it comes to the grand scheme of the universe, there were loads of huts that were dealt with. It just upsets me. I feel like they're a bull in a china shop, and they're like, "I'm going to tell my story." Well, what about this 100-year-old piece next to you? They're like, "Fuck it." I'm telling my story, and they'll bulldoze whatever.
Well, again, I always come back to the larger story that these two guys are writing, and this ultimately is, I don't know how much the Mandalorians are going to play in the war, right? Because they are trying to build this, cinematic thing with Thrawn, and we have to see how all that pans out getting to the First Order. But really, this, as much as I don't like to call it filler, this was great filler, right? You introduce a completely new world that we had never
total
seen.
filler. What changed from the start to the end? Well, you got Rod of the Hutt in the New Republic, I guess. You have a Hutt that's gonna wear a really fucking small T-shirt now.
We got a new Razor
He doesn't have
Crest.
to wear small. They can find one that fits him.
They can make him one.
They
Can
make him
I
a sweater.
defend the huts for a second?
Yes, Matt. Please defend the Hutts.
Listen,
Yoda the Hutt?
Rod of the Hutt was my favorite addition to this whole thing, and I'll die on this hill. I liked Rada so much.
You already
because
died in the Sigourney Hill.
Well, no,
Yeah,
listen,
how
I
many
was
times
like,
you got to die on?
I will send
It's
a
like
separate
Fortnite.
message
You
to
die
Rada.
multiple times because your buddies lift you up.
Sigourney and Rada, best parts of the movie. Rada was my favorite because he broke the mold of the Hutts. Every Hutt up until I saw him, in my mind and my view, was every Hutt was a gangster, every Hutt was a villain. Rada is the first time I have ever seen a Hutt be something other than what Jabba was.
At
Every other Hutt
what
I've ever seen was a mimic of
cost?
Jabba.
That's my
I
question.
think a great cost.
So this is
because
the
now-
thing. This is the thing that Disney does is they're willing to break the mold. Oh my God, we've got a new character that's doing this for the first time, but they don't think about the implications of the larger universe when they do it. That's the problem. They're like,
don't
oh
think
my
about
God, check it out. It's the first lesbian inquisitor.
it's certainly not
well,
that,
so
but think
so
about
at
it.
what cost? Well,
There's
now a
potential.
lowly inquisitor stands up to Darth fucking Vader? What? Sorry.
There's
I
so much
lost it at
potential
lesbian
there. Rada can do so much with the New Republic. There's so
think-
many years to work with.
I think
And
Rada
that-
does damage. I think it's damage, and I think it's great.
Nailed it.
Right?
Wait,
it's
what?
damage. It's great. Right? Like it within the storyline, it's not supposed to be this perfect package. It's supposed to be a problem. Right? Like not all
It's a problem.
stories end with a bow, right? And that's the thing about this is it's not supposed to be a good thing.
Well,
This is
I think it was supposed to be a Mandalorian and Grogu story, and it was. And
Yeah, that's all.
their
I-
relationship
Yeah.
was showcased a lot.
Right. Yeah, this was
Grogu
this I agree,
literally
Scotty.
Saves his fucking life. I mean,
Couple times.
yeah.
Yeah.
2 times.
So
Oh, I
What
forgot
a-
this was
they
like
did that.
Grogu coming out of his shell a little
What a
bit, and I
shitty
like that.
Mandalorian.
Well,
He's old, though.
well, he also gets ambushed. Like he's also like it's also on the Hutts as far as the guild's concerned.
He ain't got
They're
no
breaking
Darksaber.
they're breaking fucked up rules too. Like the
Yeah.
Hutts lured him in under false pretenses and betrayed a bounty. Like it's kind of, or he betrayed the
Kind of
bounty.
on brand for the Hutts, though.
But ultimately this is not supposed to be good for this is not supposed to end good for Rada. It's not supposed to end good for the New Republic. We all know that they lose in the end, right? So that's the point, right? Is they're supposed to lose. This is how they lose. It's kind of like watching the first 3 movies, right? It's 1, 2, and 3. You know the Republic's going to lose. It's how do we get to their loss?
Do we know what year this takes place in?
This
It's-
is, within a year after.
It was. I think they said, was it 2 years after the end of season 3? I feel like that's what. There
When
was something
season
that
3? Is this like
This is like 15 ABY.
15 ABY. Okay. Do we know when Jedi Survivor takes place?
Well, during Vader.
Because that's got to be
Vader's in Jedi Survivor, so it's still during
it's
the original
Return
Empire.
of the Jedi, like somewhere in there.
Jedi
It's before
Survivor was
Jedi.
set in 9 BBY.
9 BBY. Okay, so 9 years
9
before New
BBY.
Hope.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
I'm I'm still trying to timeline some of the newer stuff. I don't have like the
Cal's entire adventure is during the original Empire, and Vader is a big thorn in his side, along with the Inquisitors. And then 3, we're not sure where 3 is going to land and if Cal's going to live. But
Survivor was 9 BBY or ABY.
According to
because they're still ushering younglings.
and Mandalorian and Grogu is 12
Or
ABY.
12 ABY, yeah.
12 ABY. Okay.
I was saying 12 to 15 is where I was guessing for Mando. But that's the thing is like all of like just like in just like the Clone Wars, just like in Revenge of the Sith, we know that Anakin turns into Vader. It's how, right? The first 2 movies are about how Anakin turns into Vader and how the Republic loses to the Empire and becomes the Empire. This is the opposite. This is how the New Republic loses again because they're over cocky, not because Palpatine's pulling the strings and creating a coup.
Well, that's
no.
It's Star Wars, right? Anytime you install a government, they've got something wrong with it. That's
Right.
Star Wars.
And the New Republic is woke as fuck, right? If you really think about it, they're woke as fuck, and then they go in and do this kind of shit, like they bomb.
Yeah, they brought Wookiees in.
A sovereign nation of Nal Hutta, right? The Hutt space, they go in and bomb them, and now they're the bad guys, right? They're slowly becoming the thing that they said they wouldn't be, and the rest of the galaxy starts to see, and that's why they re-embrace the First Order and the Empire, and they start consigning kids, and that's why this.
And because I know you really care, Ben Solo is right around the age of he's being sent to Luke. Ben's like 7 years old during Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, he's not.
It's
Yeah,
the bridge.
because
It's
Luke's
totally
school
the
isn't
bridge.
built yet.
Who?
Yeah,
That'd be Kylo Ren, the predecessor to Kylo Ren.
I thought they were twins.
But yeah,
I
this is
missed that book.
this is definitely more set up for the First Order rebuild, right? We've already seen the Shadow Council and Hux and Hux's dad actually. So we see, your clone. We're not getting any of your cloning data. Well, okay, that's for Palpatine's clone, right? So okay, we're not getting any of this from Gideon, but we're sending him resources. All of this stuff leads to the Shadow Council getting picked off one by one, but yet what happens when they lose their resources? Their resources go to Hux, right? So every time one of these warlords dies, like Gideon, Coin, your buddy with the bad acting on Ilum,
Whatever
all of
his
these
fucking name was.
all they said it. I think they finally said his name. Somebody was excited about it.
Yeah, Blurf.
But they are systematically erasing all of the Shadow Council, and what happens to all of those people and all of those resources when those warlords die? They go to Gideon. And so Gideon is gaining strength.
I thought Gideon was dead at this point.
No. Gideon's dad is one of the members of the Shadow Council. So not Gideon, Hux.
I was going to say, okay, Hux's dad. Yeah,
Hux's dad is on the Shadow Council, and he's gathering all the resources from all these dead warlords.
Can it be something not tied to that?
But that's where they're going.
Give us a
because
chance
that's
here.
where they're not going to retcon. That's where my argument has been this whole time. They're not going to retcon this shit.
Yeah, so
Not when they're building
what they're
story
gonna do
to
is
it.
they're going to work in Heir to the Empire. So here's my
Oh,
big
they're
problem.
doing that shit with Ahsoka. I think 100%.
Yeah, you agree with me 1,000%. I mean,
But they're not
what
gonna retcon
better
it.
That
way
shit's gonna
as
be
Dave
over
Filoni
within-
could you have 9,000 years of content in between now and when you eventually have to deal with the fact that the sequels exist? Is do Heir to the Empire, but instead of Luke, you're doing it as Ahsoka. The
Yeah,
big
and
bad
Thrawn's going to
remains
lose.
Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah.
And,
Brother,
and
they're going
Thrawn
to wrap
has to
that
lose.
story up within 10 years of the fucking timeline, and you're still going to get the sequels.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is
That-
all of
yeah.
this is going to you're
Thrawn
still
is
going to
gonna
get Heir to the Empire.
dusted off the face of the fucking.
Yeah, but it's going to be Filoni's Heir to the Empire.
Well,
it's not going to be Zahn's heir to
Ahsoka's
the
gonna
Empire.
split him in two
No,
like
it's-
Scorpion and fucking
Just,
Mortal Kombat.
it's definitely not going to be Zahn.
just
I mean,
like
it would
the
be
hair and the
it would be
acolyte.
great if it was Zahn's heir to the Empire, sure. But if it's not,
It
you're still
was.
going to get
It
that.
is.
You're still going to get that Thrawn losing in some way or another. Thrawn has to lose to get to Palpatine,
He
right?
doesn't have to.
No, he has to. He either has to lose or he has to leave the galaxy
Yeah,
to
so
go with
his-
his people.
go back.
Thrawn's
and fight
story
the
changed
grifts or
already in Rebels.
Right.
His introduction in
Okay.
Rebels and the
It's another fucking problem.
well, that's the thing. Like Thrawn's story has been different. There was no original heir to the
Right.
Empire coming
Correct.
ever since Rebels and the new Thrawn novels that tied into that.
Yeah,
because that's the new Thrawn story.
those
So
were
never gonna get
mouthy
heir to the
stories, by
Empire.
the way.
I wish
If
they
you
would
read
make
the new
those
Thrawn
stories,
books,
man.
it is
They're
all Mithran Yerodo Zodando Rebramba Bramba, and it's like 19,000 characters. You have to remember their name.
Dude, I
Well,
read the
and
shit
that's
out
just
of those
it,
books.
is like-
I love them.
So good though.
Either Thrawn loses or Thrawn has to go back to his people. Right.
I want Eli Bantho played by Matt Cave.
One of those.
Dude.
I think Matt Cave could have played
Yerodo's
Balin Skull.
name-
Just saying.
Mithran Yerodo's name is basically because he piloted the Enola Gay. The reason his name is Mithran Yerodo is because he eliminated a species with a bomb. Like, that guy's badass.
Well,
I gotta go wee wee.
either way, Thrawn has to lose. Right.
Drain the wing.
Either way, Thrawn's losing, and we need to get to a place where, and that's just it. They're taking us to a place where the sequels are the end game.
Yeah.
Just like in the original 1, 2, and 3 episodes, the end game was getting to the Empire. They're doing the same thing. They're just showing that the New Republic is really cocky, and they're overconfident.
See, why
And-
do we gotta even do that though? Like,
Because they have to lose. How do you lose
Why-
if you're doing everything
why-
right? How do
why
you? Because the First Order has
How
to
do you
take
lose
over.
if you always win?
no, I get that. I
There
just
you go.
wish they didn't like even go
You're
down
not
that
first,
road.
you're
It
last.
just doesn't.
I mean, it doesn't
Exactly.
seem like the First Order
You
came
heard
to
me.
fruition through a fight. Is my point, right? It doesn't seem like there was a big galactic fight for. Otherwise, all of the senators would have been dead. There would have been bombings on capitals. You know what I mean? Like this wasn't a war to take over the Galactic Republic. This was a coup, and these guys took over most of the galaxy.
Yeah.
Right? Like it wasn't it wasn't
It was
like
a splintering, really. Like
yeah, it was
there
a
was no
separatist movement.
there was nobody to report to,
Yeah,
and they just claimed up everything they could, so
Yeah.
that the New Republic couldn't.
and then
And they're
that's
gonna
when
work
we
that
see
shit out
them.
together later.
That's when we see them warring against each other. But ultimately, this wasn't like the galaxy just changed overnight. Like Scotty said, this was basically the original idea of the separatists separating away from the
And
Republic.
some of them were Moff Gideons, and some of them were followers, and they just needed someone to lead them and tell them what to do.
Right. And then they
And the
started
ones that
taking
didn't
kids.
have either get fucking wrecked by Mandalorian. Like,
Well,
just
and
is what it is.
then they start consigning kids, right? Because that's what the New Republic
Yep.
troopers are. They're kids that were taken to
we're
camps
right in
and
the
raised.
beginning of them trying to figure everything out, and they're just
Right.
stumbling. They're stumbling along because they've lost so much.
So at some point we could get a story arc that is about why are kids coming up missing, and that starts to lead us to the early remnants of the First Order, because that's what's going
Yeah.
to start happening.
You know what? It's gonna be an allegory for ice.
It's just
It
a
might actually be.
it
Tell
is
me
just
I'm wrong.
the only, and this is what I've been saying for 5 hard years, is all of these roads are leading to the sequels. And we can talk about retcon, and people can rumor about AI retcons. It's not gonna happen.
Is there nothing in your heart that makes you believe that Filoni would use the world between worlds to create
He's
two
already said he wouldn't.
timelines?
No, he already said he wouldn't, and he
I
and he
think he's
just
full of shit.
he
Now that you
described the
say
world.
that, though,
Yeah,
Those-
he
those
described the
conscripted
world.
He
kids-
said it's not time travel.
Yeah, I was just gonna
It's
say.
not
Yep.
time travel.
No, he described the world between worlds as a looking glass, basically, and you can look into these times
Can't wait
And
for
you-
him to fucking renege on that immediately when he's gonna
and-
make his new stuff.
People ask about Ahsoka, but Ahsoka didn't change time, right?
Right.
She went right back
She
to
was
where
revisiting.
She was right back to where she was supposed to be, and she even excluded herself from the war after that to not interrupt
And you
what
can
was
still
supposed to
do
happen.
all this heir to the empire stuff without all the quote unquote fixing that needs to take place. I hate to break
True.
it to you.
Yeah,
Hold
With
up,
Ahsoka,
though.
you
I just had a thought. All these missing kids that got conscripted to the First Order.
To
Do
the
you remember
empire.
them showing any of their faces and them not being a person of color?
What?
I don't remember
Why is that
seeing
important?
any other faces.
Well, you said the ice thing, and then I was just thinking about it.
Oh,
My
jeez.
son made me watch Rise of Skywalker the other day, and there's that whole group on a different planet they find at the end, and there aren't any white kids, and it's like I don't know. You got my like
Hey,
cogs
yeah,
working
here's
in my
the
head
thing,
when you
guys.
said
We've
it's going to be
established
Algor to
that, all right?
ice, and I'm like, wait a minute.
That's an interesting perspective for a young person to have. Yeah,
You
I'm
should
not,
make a video on it.
it'll get a million views.
It will.
It'll get
I'm
a
just
million
saying,
views.
though, when you stop and think about it, I don't think they showed one white kid's face. They all had their helmets. Like I'm sure.
There you go.
Dirt,
Yeah.
You're talking about the consignment kids. That's a
Yeah.
good point. You should make one and then
Nope.
just have ice as the hashtag, and it'll get a million views.
Isn't the like the
Still
most
not good.
featured taken kid the white kid with the broom on Canto Bite?
No, he
Right.
wasn't taken though, right?
Well, they
He
were all
was a drill
slaves,
master.
samesies.
Yeah.
They were
No,
slaves.
it's not samesies. He didn't get
Sure
to
it
be a
is.
Stormtrooper.
You're taken into servitude. Does it matter what
He was
whether they put a
taken
helmet
from
on you or
care
make
of
you
horses.
clean
He's
dog
like, no,
shit?
he's brushing the stable. It's totally different.
Kids work for the
Totally-
empire.
totally
What are we
different.
talking about, you guys?
Like you're
This
shoveling
escalated
shit in
fast,
a
Chad.
in
Yeah,
a
I can
Canto
tell you, I
Bitey
clean horse stalls.
stables.
It's not fucking great. All right.
No, and or go in a starship and maybe shoot somebody maybe one day. I mean,
Listen, he didn't shout out he was force sensitive, so I don't believe he is. Okay.
you're right. Grabbing that broom was he actually had a string on there and was pretending like me.
If he'd have yelled
when I
the
grab a
horse is
string?
female, I would have
Words
bought
speak.
in 1,000%.
Words speak louder than actions. Okay, in
Yeah.
this universe.
If he was like, the horse is female, and grabbed the broom, I'm in.
Well, I mean, I'm just sad we didn't get more of that little boy's adventure. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Probably a great book out there somewhere. Somebody wrote it.
Yeah, it's
but
Legends now.
He
ultimately,
has a name.
aside,
That's a start.
yeah, he has a name.
Does he have a name?
Yeah, they named
He has a
him.
name, and it's Anakin.
Couldn't tell you what it is.
His name is Robert
I
Paulson.
don't remember his name.
What was his name?
Robert Paulson.
Oh, thank you. Fucking shit. He beat me to it. I was too
why we're
busy
here.
laughing in my head. What was his name?
Robert Paulson. I want so everything that I've wanted from Star Wars, I think they're gonna do in the next 4 to 6 years. My problem is I don't think they're gonna do it the way I want them to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a personal problem. That's totally fine. I'll have to get over that.
Inconceivable.
Yeah.
There's no way. This is inconceivable.
It's hard to describe. It's a little bit like you were in love with this girl, right? When you're like 19. She's 19. She's super hot. She goes off and like bangs the football team at USC, right? And you're like, whoa, dodged a bullet with that one. You know what I mean?
Kicker too.
And then the kicker and the punt, like kicker and the punter. They were two different positions,
And the
she was in
placeholder.
like 4 different positions. She comes back, and I'm like, "You're
Jenny
still
in
that
Forrest Gump.
same beautiful girl, but you're now somehow different." She's like, "You know what? I'm gonna change. I'm gonna be a good Christian girl, and I want you back in my life." And you're like, "I want you back in my life, but I can't look at you the same anymore after everything that happened." That's how I feel about Disney Star Wars. Like, I
So-
can't look at you the
I
same.
can't wander down
the
that
accolade
hallway.
ring.
And
and
she's
train on
doing
your
girls.
everything
Feel the
she
same.
should. You know what I mean? She's keeping the house clean. She's like, give me some babies and everything. Like, she's the perfect woman. But she's not the same anymore. That's how I feel
broken.
about Disney Star Wars.
Well,
He opened the door and saw her.
is
in
that
I thought you were
not
just
the
gonna
greatest?
say, and then that girl just started seeing other girls. Like,
Yeah. She starts walking around on the ground acting like a puppet.
So-
she's like, I'm a baby Yoda.
So does this alleviate Kathleen of most responsibility?
No.
Does
If it's
what
this bad,
alleviate
if
caffeine?
it's this bad, according to the people that don't like the show or the movie, if it's this bad, and Kathleen at this point has walked away and isn't credited, if I'm not mistaken, because I watched
She's
all the credits.
completely credited. What are you
Oh, they
talking
blame
about?
her
Yeah,
still
what-
100%.
They still blame her.
100%. Yep.
Even
What do we
I
blame
didn't see her name in the
She's
credits.
credited. What are you talking about?
Where?
This was her fault still.
So this is still her fault. Okay.
According
I just
to
wanted to clarify
sources.
I don't think
if
we're
this
saying
is
the
still
movie
her
was
fault or
terrible,
not. I don't think the movie's terrible or not. I'm
though. Yeah, I
giving
don't think
it
anybody. We're
solid.
just critiquing.
I don't think the movie's terrible. I
We
think
were
it's
critiquing it at one
horrifically
point.
boring. That's my big thing. I think it's
It was
horrifically
long.
boring.
Yeah, that
It
was
was
my
long.
only thing.
Yeah.
It was a
I
little
think it's-
self-servingly long.
It's insanely boring. They really did. I'll give them credit where credit's due. They attempted to key jangle and like give some. Hey, look, remember hollow boards?
I don't know.
Remember hollow chess? Remember that?
Real or not.
You know, they gave us some stuff, and I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, sure. But I just found it to be horrifically boring. I don't think it was well edited. I think the music for a good portion of it was off-putting. I felt a lot of Nolan saying that there's no orchestras in ancient Greece.
Oh, I really like the music.
There's
the whole
one song
film.
that slapped, and it's when he goes to the city, and I think they call it Shakiru, but I keep calling it Shakira. It's #1 on my Apple list right now. I play it constantly.
Ludwig did an okay job. I thought there were a couple pieces that weren't great, but ultimately, the music didn't really take me out of anything. But
Yeah, it didn't put me in anything either, though. That's part of the problem.
yeah, I don't like being too distracted by the big theatrics of. I mean, don't get me wrong, John Williams is great, but sometimes it doesn't need to be that.
Did you
Right?
just say, don't get me wrong, John Williams is great?
No, John Williams is fantastic.
Star
He's-
Wars,
but at
50% of Star Wars is music.
At the same time, sometimes you don't need it all. Sometimes you can go without any music. You can let the dialogue speak for itself. You can do more special effects. You can do audio effects. I don't think all the
Obsession, let me
times.
give you a really fast quiz really quick. Can you hum the theme when Darth Maul shows up?
Which one? Duel of the Fates? Yeah.
Can you hum the theme of when Anakin and Obi-Wan were fighting? Can you hum the theme of when
I can't
Luke
remember
was
the
standing
last
in front
time
of
I-
the binary sunset?
I can't remember the last time I watched.
Now hum me the theme of when Grogu was eating little eggs.
Yum Yum.
Music is
Yum, yum.
everything in Star Wars. It really is.
No, it's not. It's definitely
It
not.
is. Use more
But
music
this is
than
also
others.
this is also the argument
And
that not
George
having
Lucas
lightsabers
would
in
tell
Star
you
Wars.
the exact same thing. He said it doesn't matter because people are going to be listening to the music, not watching the movie.
Well, yes, because that's what I go to movies for, is to listen to the music. You're absolutely right. I go to
from
the
The
movie
Godfather. I'm just telling you.
specifically to listen to music, right? I shut my eyes the entire time and I just listen to the movies because the visual effect means nothing.
Are you making fun of blind people, Obsession? I thought
No,
we
I'm
moved
making fun
past
of
this.
you.
Come on.
I'm making fun of you right
George
now.
Lucas was a little crazy.
But
just a little.
that's my point, is
And
like
we
if I
got
want to
Star Wars out of
if
it.
I want to go listen to the music,
music,
I'll go to
yeah.
a John Williams orchestra of Star Wars. If I want to watch a movie that has music in it, I'll go watch a movie, right?
Music, I'm telling you, music is so fundamentally important to a film.
I'm not denying it. Coming from a sound guy, I'm not denying that the audio is very important
Scott, are you
to,
good?
to what's going on. Unfortunately, that should not be the driving force behind your film.
Not the driving
Audio
force.
should
No,
add.
it comes after. They make the film and then they add the score after.
Right, but audio should add. It should never overtake, right? And that's
Correct.
I guess that's the thing. And so that's my point, is audio should never be the driving force of a scene. If it is, you have a bad movie.
yeah,
Right? It should be an addition to the director's vision. It should not overtake the director's vision.
But it's
Right.
also the smell. You know what I mean? Like when you walk
Well-
into grandma's house and you smell that pie.
Yeah, like fresh cut
You get
grass.
that-
I
you get
totally
that
with
old
you.
smell.
smell
You know
that
what I
pie
mean?
when I walk into
Everybody
grandma's
who
house.
watched Star Wars, when you hear that particular tune that John Williams wrote, you can say exactly where you were, what song that was. You know,
Right,
you know
right.
exactly
But at the same
what
time,
happens.
I can tell you that I don't need, like, Vader's scenes, I don't need them to play a Vader theme. Is my point. I don't need that. I don't need that song behind him every time he walks in a room.
It's because you already know what it is.
Right, exactly. So I don't need it to drive the scene, right? And I think that's one of my favorite scenes in Kenobi is they didn't introduce the Vader theme when he's walking down the street snapping people's necks, right? Yeah. It's literally you're hearing the footsteps, you're hearing people drag across the ground, right? You don't need that Vader tune behind it to illustrate it. You're using other sound effects to illustrate it. So and this is what I go back to Mando. I don't need every minute to be an audition for American Idol. I don't need these new artists to come on and use this as a platform to get their music ahead. I need you to add to the scene.
I agree.
Add a vibe.
Personally, I would prefer Montel Jordan. This is how we do it when Vader appears on.
100%.
So, how about creature creation? Let's transition. Is the creature creation in this one back up to the standards? Because I felt like the scene in the pit, in the swamp where he meets that old man. I don't know what you even call that creature. I don't know.
Yeah, like
he
lizard
looked
fish guy.
Semi-reminiscent of like a Doug, but he wasn't quite a Doug.
Right.
Like a fish Doug.
Yeah, like a swamp Doug.
He was a swamp
Yeah,
Doug.
swamp
He was a swamp Doug. I thought that character was rad. Like I thought that character doing, living in the swamps of Nal Hutta, just
100%, man. Wouldn't it be cool if we like learned
Just
anything about
fishing.
it or had some kind of closure or any kind of anything with him?
No, he did. He served his purpose.
How the fuck does he know Embo? Like on a personal level, how the fuck does he know Embo?
I mean, bounty hunters,
Coming through Nal Hutta,
Nal
yeah,
Hutta.
he probably sees them all the time.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, I didn't see no baby swamp Dougs. So obviously he's just an old man living in the swamp.
Know him on a personal level.
Well, they had a very friendly. I kind of read that too. Like they had a friendly.
I didn't hear that. What did he say?
He was asking, how do we know that they were they were buddies? How do we know?
Well,
friends?
first off, this dude, it's not like Embo was just walking through the swamp looking to find somebody's. I mean, maybe, I guess he was hunting, but it seemed like he knew where this guy's house was. The swamp dog was like, yo, you got to go in the back because there's a dude coming that you don't want to know. So like there was clearly some familiarity there, but that wasn't expounded on at all.
Well, and I think that if you live on Nal Hutta, you're kind of known, right? Like if you're living in the swamp of Nal Hutta, the huts allow it.
Why would Embo?
Right.
Why would
Only
Embo
fire
know where
burning
that guy
in the
lives
middle
though?
of a massive swamp. I mean,
Well, I mean, if he's going looking for a swamp, I mean, it's kind of like I kind of like if this guy is the old man in Game of Thrones north of the wall, right? Like he has camp in the swamp, and everybody knows
That makes sense. So like give me a little bit of
Craster?
that then.
Yeah,
You're comparing this guy to the dude that was.
I'm saying I'm saying an outpost in the darkness. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
Mafia makes a really good point right there.
I'm not saying a daughter fucker. I'm not saying a piece of shit. I'm just saying he's the guy in the darkness that people know. I can go get a good night's sleep on this dude's floor.
This man's name.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying Swamp Doug is a pedophile. No, let's get that right. Swamp Doug's a good guy.
Him and the guy at the coffee shop are like the two most interesting characters I think in the movie. I'm like, who is that guy? What does he
really
do?
like the
and
creature.
How do I know more?
I really like the creature, like all the creatures in this one. I thought the I don't even. I'm sure it has a name, but the dragon, the water dragon in the pit.
Yeah, the pale Willy.
I want to know how the swamp dog knew how to create anti-venom with the quickness.
I mean,
He'd been living in the swamp.
He had definitely got that
wasn't an anti-venom. It was
Or whatever it was.
a sedative to help him not feel pain.
It was some kind of a salve. He
Listen,
gave him
what
a salve
redneck?
to, like,
What redneck do you know
It was
that doesn't
edible.
know how to cure things with mud and moss?
He
Okay,
was eating it.
let's
Got a
be
good
real.
point.
If you live in the middle of nowhere, you know how to cure almost everything with what you have. Didn't you see Doc Holliday? Give the
Oh,
boy
man.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Right?
sure Mando should.
he's all eat this shit in green leaf and you'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Even
one
then,
thing.
he told Grogu, he's like, it's probably too late. Like, this is probably not even gonna work. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
By the way, Grogu, way to half-ass heal him. You know, like just close
Well,
it out. Come on, guy. We're gonna talk. He's grown so much. He's wearing strap-ons. Like, what are we talking about here?
Admittedly, though, while I was in the theater, I heard some guy. He was like, "Oh, he's just gonna fucking force heal him," and I'm like, "He did that literally
show.
fucking season 1."
well, and for me, the thing is that they keep using. So when in season 3 of Mando, they were given the Grogu scene a lot of shit when he makes his force bubble. It's a thing we have seen a few times, and so it's nothing new that they're doing. This child is another Yoda. So ultimately his power levels are off the chart, and again, it goes to the same thing. We've seen the force heal being used before. The fact that it doesn't work is honestly, again, this is growth, man. Not everything that the kid tries is going to hold, right?
I just wish they were a little more consistent with like A, his intelligence, and B, his force powers, because it varies widely throughout the movie. So like when it starts, he's like, "Oh, I don't know what button it is," and hits a button and there's missiles flying off, right? And it's like, "Oh my God, he's retarded. That's cute." And then by the end of it, he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger commando going to interstellar travel to go save his homie. Like the kid who didn't know what button it was would have just sat down and eaten macaroons for the next 2 hours. You know what I mean? So they're
when they
so
rolled up in that
inconsistent.
tiny ass ship, though, and then you realize that, like, what were you guys thinking right now? He's like, I'm not gonna fit in there.
Yeah. Well, there's
I was
definitely look.
laughing.
It's definitely a. He obviously understands what's going on around him. I think that we expect linear growth to, whatever we want to call it, humanoid babies.
Happen in storytelling.
You want to see linear growth at the end of season 3 of Mando. He understands everything that's going on. He may not be speaking, but he understands everything that's going on. You get to this movie, he's doing what he does, right? He understands everything that's going on, but when you have to sack up, you sack up, right? And I don't think that it's off-putting to say at the beginning of a story that he acts more childish, but at every point in growth as people, we all go through that same moment where you have to grow, right? And that's what this movie, that's why it's not Mando season 4. That's why it's Mando and Grogu, because at this point, Grogu has shown he has been paying attention. He has been listening. He has been figuring out solutions to his problems, right? So it's at the end of the movie, you get this moment where he's not just a dumb kid anymore. He's had that maturity moment, even though we haven't seen physical growth. He doesn't speak, but at this point, he's building relationships without talking, right? He's building this relationship with Rada without a single word being said. He has this relationship with Din Djarin that is unspoken, right? But he navigates space. He finds allies, right? All the things that Din has been teaching him in the entire series, he's using right now. And so this is why the movie is titled Mando and Grogu, because as we go into season 4, Grogu may start to develop more. And the fact that the Hutts understand, this is the part that I really like that they did. The Hutts understand his species of growth. So the Hutts know what Yoda is. They know the species because they know the duration of time he's going to live, right? Because the Hutts live hundreds of years also. So in the Hutt time of life, they may have seen other Yodas. They may have seen others of that species. So they understand that Din is going to die before Grogu matures to his adult form, right? So they were trying to use that against him as like, he's going to watch you die and then he's going to have to live with that for hundreds of years. This is still his infancy. This is still his learning to walk, learning to talk, learning to reason, learning good and bad. He's still figuring all that out, but this is his maturity moment going, all right, I have to do this or this dude's going to fucking die. And he did. And at the end of the movie, we get growth, even if he's not talking, even if he doesn't say or do the things that we think it is. These guys are showing us a pathway for this character to evolve more, right? Because eventually we could see him in later stuff, right? We don't know. Honestly, I don't know if he's going to make it.
I don't.
You know
think
what
he will. I don't
sucks? That's
think
a
he can.
fucking great argument, and I hate it. That's
Sorry,
a
man.
great argument. It's a great argument.
There
Legitimately,
were a lot
like
of moments in the movie where
give
Grogu
flowers where
surprised
it's due. That's a great fucking argument. Still hate
I mean,
it.
and like I said, I don't know if he's going to make it all the way through because he has been vulnerable a lot, right? And he has gotten rescued by others a lot. And this time he did the rescuing being small, not using his force
I
powers.
they need to do something with him. So I understand, like, yeah, 100%. We've gotten, seasons 1 through 3. I'm gonna continue on the argument. This is season 4. There has to be something done with him to the point where he can start to, if they're really banking on him to hold the franchise up, because it's either him or it's Ahsoka. That's what they have right now, right? They've got Ahsoka and they've got Grogu. Those are the two things that they have to hold the franchise up. Sure. If they're gonna do something with Grogu, they got to do it stat. And to be the first movie in 7 years that Star Wars has put out, and
They're going to sell a lot of merch.
They're gonna put him in Luke's temple and blow it up.
That would be fantastic.
In all honesty,
That would be
that's-
fucking fantastic.
You know
I would
what?
love.
People
it's
keep
an ending
saying,
that would
how
make
could
Scotty-
Luke walk away? How could
Oh,
Luke
dude,
walk
I would
away?
love
And
that
keep
shit.
saying-
I'm gonna
and I
watch
keep
that
saying,
movie.
how many Jedi need to
I'll
be
see
inside
that movie.
Because I'll put Ahsoka Tano in there too.
well, to be fair, he's not in the sequels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has to go away.
I think he's
No
got to
matter
go
what.
too. Yeah, I do. Unless he finds unless this is another Lasat, unless this is another Lasat moment, right, where there's a planet of fucking Yoda somewhere stashed that Yoda and Yaddle stashed away an eon ago,
and banged it out for like 100
Yeah,
years.
well, just there's a whole species of Yodas, living on a planet. Barring that,
turns out they were brother and sister.
he's got to die, man. He's got to
If you
die.
have Grogu in there, along with any other characters we meet and attach to, whether it's Ahsoka or anyone else we meet along this road, this bridge to the sequels, and then we see what Luke witnessed happen or was a part of happening. That is the bridge to how we get to that version of Luke. And regardless of how I feel about that version of Luke, I hate that version.
I love that PTSD
But-
It doesn't
moment. Thank you,
exist.
Matt. Preach
But
that
that-
PTSD, baby. Preach it.
That bridge is what, for me, I need that. I need that connection because we just jumped to it and there was no emotional attachment to it. There was nothing that said, here's why he's like this.
It's
We never
almost
got-
like none of it made fucking sense.
I need a
Exactly.
pregnant.
But
I need a
now-
pregnant Mara Jade, and I need a dead
good
pregnant
luck,
Mara Jade
obsession.
and a dead
Confirmation
Grogu.
that that's Yoda's son.
That's what I need.
Yes. It's a
I need-
Good
it's a
luck.
Yes,
gravestone at the end of Force Awakens. I don't care what anybody says. It's
Yep.
gravestone at the end of Force Awakens.
I'm a believer. I really
Pregnant Mara
believe.
Jade's gonna die like in a film before that because
Mm.
Mace is gonna finally come back and then drive over with a bus.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Bus driving bitch.
This is
but-
the bridge. This is what
It's
we
a great
need.
dude. That I would love for Grogu and Mara Jade and Luke baby, all of that in one, to just be gone. Like, just show me red hair and feet like the Wicked Witch of the West. I just
The
drop a
red
house
wedding.
on her, call it a day.
Mace
She's
comes
holding
back and
baby
just force
Grogu,
aborts it. Yeah,
Everybody's
that'd be
dead.
awesome.
and then that's why Luke gets PTSD and says, "Fuck y'all, I'm out of here." That's it. I love it. Thank you, Matt. It's
I'm always
brilliant.
saying- I'm always saying to the
Pray
people who
they
are,
do that.
always saying to the people who are disappointed in Luke's decision, it's like, okay, who's your favorite Star Wars character? Who's your favorite Jedi in that era? They were inside the temple. Just, they're going to keep putting
What
more
are you
and
talking
more
about?
and more Jedi inside. that
Anybody
temple.
else we got to put in
Kill
this
them
box
all.
and throw at the bottom of the
Who's
ocean?
still
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, that's why he walked
Let me
away.
tuck. Let me tuck Mara Jade in there. Hold on.
But Grogu's not gonna be there because he was with
They
Din.
finally
Chose-
did what
Well,
George
but-
You
Lucas
don't know
couldn't
that.
do and killed every
Maybe you do know
fucking
that.
Jedi in the universe.
But this could also, but
Yes,
at the
he is
same
the
time,
last fucking Jedi. I mean,
Yes.
it's in the title of the movie.
it's also going to be, it's more forward in time. Luke's temple isn't done yet. Like, it's still we're still a ways away
Working our
from
way there.
that.
Listen, Ben
Still
Solo's
just bothers
7
me,
years
man. Like,
old.
how
He's about to go talk to Uncle Luke.
how the fuck do you deal with all the established lore that we have? It's the same thing with Kenobi. When I watched the Kenobi show, like everybody accepted the fact what happened after. We all read the story of Kenobi and Plug Eye and everything that happened on Tatooine, and now we have to accept this whole different fucking thing
Again,
that happened.
if it's not, I mean,
It's called
and
growth,
this is
man.
this
You'll
is
get
what
there
I go
someday.
back to with the purchase of the EU. Like, unfortunately, that's like universe 343. If you really want to get into what you guys are talking about, like
Fundamentally, don't accept that.
that, but that's the reality. Like expectation versus reality. You're going to be let down every
Hey.
time.
There's
Right.
precedent because
Hey,
they did it
obsession.
once. They could do it again.
I know.
You know, and that's and that's the thing is like everybody complains that they got rid of the EU and they got rid of these books and they wipe the table, but then they do something different.
Like pull Thrawn from the expanded
Well,
universe.
I meant even further away. We do something completely further away, and it has a couple bad moments. Could probably, if they did a road cut with Acolyte, I bet you it's good.
If they took Acolyte, stuck it 6,000 years before the Skywalker saga, and just said, you don't know who anybody is. Not, hey,
Yeah, I
by
agree.
the way, it's fucking Kiadi Mundi.
Yeah, I
Check it
totally
out.
agree. That's what I'm saying. I
Just
think
completely change it.
But have you ever seen the
And
road cut
remove-
of X-Men? So like there's
No.
that X-Men movie
X-Men
and then there's the
1.5.
road cut.
Yep.
Okay. So honestly, this is my if you ever find the time, watch the original X-Men. I believe it's Days of Future Past. Matt, correct me.
Well, the first one was just X-Men, but then the road cut you're talking about, they called it X-Men 1.5.
No. But anyway, there's a version of X-Men where they do it with Logan and he goes back and the Sentinels are on them, right? They did this movie and then they cut it different and they called it the road cut. And it changes the entire dynamic of the movie. And so
Days of Future Past.
that's
okay.
That's what I'm talking about. The
Oh,
Days
yeah.
of Future
Scotty, I'm gonna
Past.
slap you right in the face.
So they did that. They
Put
did
shit in
that
there.
in the road cut, and they took the entire movie and just edited it different. They didn't reshoot. They took everything
Yeah.
that they had and they
Just a cut.
cut it different. And the road cut is a work of art. It makes sense. The way the movie was cut before didn't make fucking sense, right? They do the road cut. It makes sense. You do the same thing with Acolyte. Take out the Kiadi Mundi scene. Take out the Yoda
Everything with the
scenes.
twins, and then everything with the lesbian space witches.
And the lesbian space witches. You take all of that
Get rid of
stuff
all of
out.
it.
You remove the word dyad from the entire show, and
And now
the
you
movie,
have a Sith.
and the movie hits different,
Jedi
and
hunting
people
a
accept
Sith.
it. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not. I
I
don't
wouldn't
think
have
it's,
hated that.
I don't think it's execution. I think it's editing. I think the problem is the edit, because I think the directors shoot what's on the page and then they get back in there with these producers that don't grasp the story arc that the directors were trying to say, and then they fuck it up in the edit.
Dude, if you
Right.
distilled down the Acolyte into Jedi just hunting a rogue Sith and you
In the
left
old
it at
Republic
that,
would have been bitching.
Yeah. And
Right?
put it to
That's
the
my-
point of
that's
view
my
of the
thing.
Sith.
It gives you a completely different view of the Sith, right? You can keep the twins and you can just cut a couple things different and it all makes sense. And I think this is the problem right now with Lucasfilm storytelling is I think Lucasfilm is delivering something and then Disney might have their editors, right? I really believe that because the flow feels right a lot, but then the edit and execution feels wrong. So I don't know where the disconnect lies. Is it Lucasfilm and Disney, or is it editors at Lucasfilm, directors not being involved? I don't know, because Leslie was involved and her political agenda was spit all over it.
I might go
think-
so
fucking
what you're
edit the
saying
Acolyte
is-
and make it a good Star Wars
Dude,
show.
it would be an amazing Star Wars movie,
Yeah.
or as a movie too, not as a show. You could cut
It's
all that
literally
shit
like
out.
a 25-minute show.
Dude, you could cut that into an hour and a half movie and it would be fucking bitching.
Yeah.
You could
can
edit
do
out
it.
all the
You can do it.
garbage.
And that's the other thing that kind of pisses me off about that is like they finally got lightsaber combat back a little bit.
Oh, dude.
You know, there was some good stuff in there. There was a lot of retarded shit, but I mean, they got some good stuff in there.
The Acolyte had some really good concept of lightsaber shit too. Like
Good
I
moments.
really liked the Maul style of Chimere having the split saber stuff that kind of put him off guard. Like there was a lot of cool shit in there. There's still room to grow. There's
Retarded
another
helmet that turns off lightsabers. Not a fan.
the Cortosis, but that's what I'm saying. That's from the stuff you like. That's from
that's
that
fine.
EU
From
era.
Doesn't
That's
mean it-
Cortosis.
Doesn't mean I like somebody making a fucking Rocketeer helmet and you just headbutt somebody with a lightsaber and you can fucking turn it off. Or
I thought
some
it
random
was
bitch
awesome.
bleeding a lightsaber crystal while it's in the hilt and turned on. But that's
Like I
for
said-
me. No, it's not.
There's some edits in there that can be done to make it better. But ultimately, I feel the same way with all of their shows, right? There's
God, you hate everything I love. You hate everything.
God,
I
you love everything I hate.
Dude, if you could hear what's going on in my mind every time we try to bridge the sequels, it's like all of a sudden my brain just goes, I think I'm gonna go back and read the Legends book.
It's not true though, because Scotty, like somebody bleeding a crystal in live action. Fuck yeah! Finally, give it to us. You know what I mean? Like that sounds incredible. But I also know it was one of the most harmful, detrimental, mind-numbingly difficult things that any Sith has to go through, and especially Anakin Vader when it comes to bleeding
But
his
that
crystal.
guy
Like
that guy in the video game does it after being in a coma for thousands of years, and everybody thought he was a badass. Like, what are we doing?
Well,
he was cool.
he wasn't a chick, Scotty. Come on, he wasn't a chick,
He wasn't a black
and he
Sith.
wasn't a
Rap song.
dyad. Okay, he wasn't a dyad.
And also,
They said the
he
they
doesn't
said the
do it.
D
He
word,
doesn't
bro.
he doesn't do it with his lightsaber ignited and just look at it and be like, "I'm angry now."
No, he did have a cutscene. Honestly, they should have done an OSHA cutscene, and it would have worked. Right? Like if she'd have turned it off, done a quick OSHA cutscene, and then brought it back and turned it on,
How
it
about
would have
give us
worked.
at least give us. You can't see it, but I'm doing the cross leg thing right now, right? And you just at least like use the Force to dismantle the lightsaber, get the crystal out by itself, and you gotta pour your hate into that.
Well,
thing,
and I agree. I want to see the moment. Right? Like I agree. I want show me that shit on
like,
screen.
dude, when Anakin was mad during Revenge of the Sith, why didn't his lightsaber turn red? You know, he's
Well,
he's
and-
mad
and-
while
her
he's
name was
holding it.
Osha. Was her
Well,
twin's
and
name,
why
like,
didn't
EPA?
his eyes turn yellow until the end, until he's on fire, right? Like, there's again, there's even that in the original Lucas, Revenge of the Sith. Why isn't Anakin turning? Why after killing all those kids, right? As he's about to be a dad, right? So he's killing younglings. His eyes are blue. He kills all the separatists. His eyes are blue. He's fighting Obi-Wan the entire time. His eyes are blue.
He's still
But
not
until
a
he
Sith
is
yet.
on fire, his eyes are yellow.
And
so
he finally truly
even
accepts.
even the master
And
George
guess what?
Lucas
His lightsaber still blue.
still blue, right? Exactly, right. I'm
Yep, but at
towing
the end of it
I'm-
all, he goes woke and gets accepted as a Force ghost.
right, and at the
Gay.
end he
But we
gets
all
saved by
accept
Ben Kenobi and says, "You're healed, and you're one of us now with all your
And then
limbs."
Kenobi's lightsaber starts bouncing off of stormtroopers and stuff. The whole thing goes wild after that.
But ultimately, the fact that they take all this EU stuff and are strategically placing it in to the current canon is the only grace I can offer. Right?
I see what they're trying to do.
And I
get it.
It's an olive branch to the fandom, and the fandom's like, you could take this olive branch and shove it up your ass.
That's really what's happening right now. They're like, "Yo, we messed up.
And that's
We're
not
gonna
even a
take
mess
new
up.
direction."
I feel like it's
they messed up.
I
know
feel
they
like
messed
it's
up.
it's an olive branch to bring in the stuff they know you loved and took away, and everybody's like, yeah, you can stick that olive branch up
I
your ass.
fucking swear to God.
Oh,
Love the Zepho. I want more
love the
Zepho.
stuff.
I want more Cal Kestis. I can't wait till
There's a-
Scotty
there's
has
a
to
dead
play
body on the
Survivor.
back.
Honestly, I would have loved to see Cal Kestis in something up to this
Well,
point.
okay.
The fact we haven't seen Cal somewhere.
that makes too much
You want to
sense.
put him somewhere? Put him in Kenobi. The road. Everything that was going on
Or the
there.
path. Yeah,
Yep.
put him on the path.
yeah,
Whoa,
whatever
with,
it's called.
with
Are you
Quinlan.
saying they should take like the main character in a $1 billion video game franchise and
And
actually
like put him in Star Wars.
That's no. We're gonna.
I
Do
would have paid money to go watch Cal Kestis movie, dude.
Now we're gonna do the opposite.
You know what? Bury him.
Yeah, I mean, fucking kill
Wait
him.
till he gets too old to play that part. Still,
Yeah.
Okay, that's the move.
And then just like AI a new face on him.
Swear
Well,
to
I mean,
God,
again,
Star Wars
I-
fans are like the
yes.
Boston Red Sox fans of movies.
It's just
Like,
the worst.
Yeah.
Neither-
You guys
neither
love
side
to
is
hate.
good.
You guys love to hate the thing you love. Is what it is,
souls,
right? Just like
I'm just-
Boston fans, you
I'm
love
just
to
old.
hate the thing you love the most.
I'm just over it. Maybe I'm like
Well-
the 40-year Boston Red Sox fan. I'm just tired of it. But then I see somebody talking about it. I'm like, hey.
Yeah,
Invite me on. I wanna
that's
talk
the
about it.
Boston Red Sox way. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I got to tell you how it used to be back in the
let me tell
day
you
when it was good.
when
See,
it
now
was-
it's garbage, and you can put your garbage somewhere else. But this used to
I
be
used to
good.
get a hot
I'm gonna
dog
tell you
for
how you're fucking
79
up.
cents at the stadium,
Yeah.
all right, during the good times.
I remember
With
when the
real
hot
relish.
dogs were actually hot dogs, right? We had dogs in the back that they used
Yeah,
to,
Kim
and
Jong
they were hot
used to
dogs.
fly 'em in.
It's so true though. I had a buddy that was a Red Sox fan, and then they won it finally, and he's just like, "I'm done, dude. I'm a Dodgers fan now. I don't know what he's doing now. Dodgers won it too." So.
And honestly, look, man, if it's so bad, go to Marvel, right? They got a lot of movies to catch
Oh,
up
Yeah,
on.
so
sure.
we're doing great over
Yeah,
here.
let's head
Yeah,
right over
you're
there.
doing-
Even
that's what I'm
better.
saying. It's not much better over there, bro. Like
Yeah,
everybody's got their
it's been a
issues.
grueling 5 years.
Oddly enough, I did hear a rumor that that Disney is currently trying to boycott Tem as a whole. So
Oh,
Why?
I did read that. I don't know, and that disappoints me highly because I'm working on
Did
a
he
Boba
like
Fett.
look at Donald Trump or something?
No, I mean, he must-
No, I actually remember this. He did. He said something about how after he made public comments about the fans, like if the fans wanted more Boba Fett, they had to push for a season 2. That's when Disney was like, "You got to pull back on saying shit like that."
Yeah. Yeah, they so word is they're actively,
made
and
a
that
call out to the
disappoints me.
fans.
Don't advocate for your character. Shut up.
Yeah, let's
That
do the opposite.
disappoints me highly because I'm currently writing a season 2 of Boba Fett, and I want it to. I want to
better
give
stop.
it to Tim.
You
I
better
won't.
Stop. Don't do
I
that.
won't.
Remember
I
when people
won't.
were calling him
this is
Boba
coming.
Fett?
I was reading an article the other day that was talking about both Ming and Tem both want another season of Boba. So yeah, I'm like, cool. I'm writing every time I'm stuck on set waiting for television to happen. I got my little blue book, and I'm writing.
Cal could show up in a season 4 of Mando if they do that. He's the second game ends around 9 ABY, according to the internet. And so
The second game
yeah,
when Vader kills Seer.
no, that's that. Oh yeah.
Jedi
That's, yes,
Survivor concludes in the year 9 BBY.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Cal he's out there right now. He'd be older, so
yeah, just age him up.
aged up.
You have to 20 years
He
age
should've-
him.
If they were smart, he should have been first look at a Disney show.
Gray haired.
First look.
Yeah.
But where do you use him?
Who gives a shit?
Wait. You guys complain about nothing but fucking plot and story. Well, and then all of a
here's-
sudden you're like, fuck
hey,
it, I'll watch it if he's in
Obsession,
it. Take
I've
his
got
shirt
a great
off.
idea.
You
How about
finally
we
get a
write a
character we like.
fucking
Give up
original
Poncho.
story instead
Take
of
it- take
revisiting the same Clone Wars story about saving Rada the fucking Hutt again?
To me, it's like,
Write a
wait,
fucking original story.
Let's just take
How
Cal
about we come up
Kestis'
with
shirt
one
off.
right now? Cal Kestis. He's on the run.
still.
Finds a force sensitive kid. Guess what? Now you can sell plushies of your fucking force sensitive kid. And what does he
They're
have to
doing
do? He has
It's
to
called
teach the
Starfighter.
kid. By
They
the
gave
way,
that role to
I'll
Ryan
take
Gosling.
him under my mentorship.
I'm
have
sorry. They gave that
special
role
feelings.
to Ryan Gosling. They gave Ryan Gosling that role.
And he's not
The
even force
Starfighter?
sensitive.
And he's not even force sensitive.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again,
Mixed reviews.
put me in the fucking writing room. What are we doing?
Exactly. What are we doing? And not to mention, you got a guy that has a movie that's currently still out in the theaters playing another space movie. So you're going to run the two together.
Maybe when he got back,
It's not gonna be
Rocky was like, send him the plans for the fucking CNR systems T-65B. Maybe that's what happens. He gets back and Rocky's like, this is how you build a starfighter. And that's the plot for Starfighter. Rocky showed him how to build an X-wing.
Like I said, I would love that to happen, but unfortunately, it's going to be another superstar playing a Star Wars character, ushering another probably superstar young person. Right? This is probably going to be fucking young
Female.
Sheldon is going to be the actor, knowing
No, it's
knowing
gonna
our
be a
luck.
chick. I promise you, it will be. A
No,
girl.
I thought it was a boy.
I thought they were
Because
done
they're-
filming.
I don't believe.
Are they done filming?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I know they're done filming on Ahsoka season 2.
If it is an older male character showing a younger male character how to survive in the Star Wars universe, I'm buying a ticket.
I'm pretty sure
Just make
this
him
was- it
kneel.
was
I'm giving
it
him a
was
shot.
boy.
You know what I mean?
I think it is. I think it's this basically this smuggler smuggling a Jedi. Hey, yo, whoa. Hey, yo.
Hey, that was a
Here
good
we
cut.
are.
Dude, just
Just
make
like
Neil
the old
force
days.
sensitive. All right?
Oh, I love Neil.
Oh,
Neil's
Neil.
probably
Yeah.
one of my favorite
We're
characters.
Skeleton Crew season 2. Come on now.
Well, and that I read another thing that people
Is he
were
gonna hold it in
clamoring
his
for
trunk?
that, and Lucasfilm was like, "What do you expect us to do with a show that was designed to be one season? Like, what do you expect us to do with characters that were
Skeleton
designed to
Crew's
be?"
fun.
They're
That's
making a second
that
season
was,
of Shogun.
That was
what are
like
we
a
talking
one-off. Like this is great for kids. Star Wars
It was Goonies.
Joyride. I'm like, dude, yeah, 100%.
like it.
I'm not
It was
mad at
Goonies
that.
in space, bro. How could
Yeah.
everybody not love it? And
Yeah,
the
I'm not mad
Elephant
at that.
Boy stole the show.
That felt more like Star Wars than anything I'd watched in a long ass time.
Didn't it leave off on a cliffhanger though? With what's his name's
With all
character?
that
The only
Yeah, he
thing
went to
that-
fucking jail.
The thing that continues to piss me off is the obsession with space pirates, and they're not doing like space pirates. They're doing like yo ho, space life for me. They're doing literal like space pirates,
I thought you loved pirates.
not fucking 16th century space pirates.
What about
They
Hondo?
literally put fucking Davy Jones in Star Wars.
Yar.
They're like, what's he made? of? Seaweed. Fire the broadside.
But you,
I'm like,
but
what
you
the
play those
fuck?
games. How do you not like this?
Not in Star Wars. He was made out of seaweed.
I forgot about
He's
that.
literally
guy.
like, release
yeah.
the frigates.
I was-
Fire
I just
the
I
broadside.
just watched that the other day.
The hater.
I'm just
Not
pissed
wrong.
I'm just pissed they haven't brought back Hondo Onaka yet.
They
'cause
gave
I
a
want,
motherfucker an eye patch.
I want Hondo Onaka to be played by Johnny Depp.
If you're
Hondo's
not wrong, then I don't want to be not right.
Do Hondo. You know what I mean? Do Hondo. Do space pirates. Not.
I know.
Yar
Imagine,
pirates.
imagine that we're doing a show about space
Well,
pirates, and we just
you know
leave out
what?
Hondo. But you know what? We'll do the opposite.
You know what we could get?
Old
in
Greg.
Ahsoka
Let's
season
put old
2?
Greg in Star Wars. Sorry.
Ahsoka season 2, Ezra and Hondo reunion.
That would be fucking amazing.
I really like the guy that plays Ezra.
You know,
He
what would
did a
be
really
more
good
amazing for this movie is if like at some point like Rada and Din are somewhere, and then they're like they just announce that Jabba the Hutt is present, and then it's Ezra. You fucking
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Oh, what a
That would be
yeah,
great.
that would be a
Yeah,
funny
you're right.
callback.
Yeah,
just like for
big good
5
callback.
minutes, and then he can head out of the movie. You know.
Yeah.
Somehow Jabba returned.
I'm interested to see how the Bale and Skull recast goes. I'm curious to see how that flies. Supposedly we're not getting that until 27, so we're gonna have to wait another 7 months.
Yeah, what was it? April 27th?
Yeah, it's early 27.
Yeah.
Which is right around Celebration. So that doesn't surprise me that they're gonna release it right around Celebration.
You think they delayed that because they're trying to work in Abeloth? We
Yes.
don't have a dark side presence at all in the current.
It's
timeline.
going to be Abeloth. If you think it's not Abeloth, it's a
I feel
fool's
like it
errand.
has to be at this point, doesn't it?
It is absolutely.
I'm so excited for more Greek zombie fucking stormtroopers.
That the witches are gone. That's going
Oh,
to be a
no.
Thrawn. That's
Oh,
a
that's
Thrawn
what you
thing.
think. Somehow they returned.
No, they're with Thrawn. All the witches on Dathomir are dead. Right? That's what the catacombs were. Those were the last 3 witches alive, or 4 if you include Morgan. So all the Dathomirians are gone from Peridia.
Is Morgan dead?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Ahsoka,
Yeah,
Ahsoka
rewatch.
cut her in half with her own sword.
Ahsoka kills her. Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But I mean, if you think, and then you're at Peridia.
Well, they
the
cut
whole,
Maul in half too. How'd that
the
go?
whole purpose of Peridia is now just the prison of Abeloth. right? And the fact that Shin Hati is still alive.
The witches were actually guarding Abeloth the entire
No,
time.
no, they were imprisoned. That's the hook, is that the witches were actually imprisoned. Thrawn actually released the witches when he showed up in Peridia. So like the witches were actually already imprisoned by whom? Probably the Mortis gods, because they, or
So
the people.
Abeloth was Abeloth, the literal frickin' universe-eating deity, was trapped on a planet
on the
with
Dathomirian
the
planet.
witches, and the witches didn't have anything to do with holding down Abeloth.
It doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
It sounds like it's just but it's also a matter of time, right? Because the Mortis god temple could have been there for thousands of years before the witches got there, because the Mortis gods are
It was, yeah.
so
So how does Ahsoka kill Abeloth?
I don't think we're going
Prep
to I don't think we're going to see like a death thing. I think it's going to be more of a
Do you think the witches that control the threads are going to make a comeback?
no, I don't think we'll see them at all until the Thrawn, until we see Thrawn again in whatever the next iteration of Mando or the New Republic Hera Ghost Rebel show. I personally think the whole purpose of Ahsoka 2 is Abeloth, is Baylan Skoll releasing Abeloth. Potentially, I could see it being, everybody thinks it's going to be Shin. I think it's going to be Sabine that gets taken by Abeloth and her body used, and not Shin. So it's going to be an interesting.
So Sabine and them have to get back to Peridia, is what you're thinking?
Sabine's there with Ahsoka. They're
Oh,
stuck.
What's
yeah,
the name of
that's
that
right. She's
really
training. She's
skinny,
training.
hot blonde actress? Anne
Oh, well, you're talking
Susan
about
Northman.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy would be a great Abeloth, an embody of Abeloth. She'd be
Supposedly,
a good,
rumor has it that people
purple
are
form.
eyeballing her for Asajj Ventress.
And Anakin's Force
Oh, yeah,
Ghost
shit,
is
that would
there
slap.
too.
And Anakin's Force Ghost is there
Yeah.
too. So there's
if it was in a good show, that would slap, but that's not going to happen. So.
but the word is that, you know, this Abeloth thing is going to be like Abeloth could be almost like a parasitical entity at this point, and, you know, take the body of a host. And it seems like
Anya Taylor-Joy.
everybody's like, oh, it's going to be Shin because she was Balin's blah blah blah. But it seems like the more we hear about Sabine's, you know, anger and her hidden frustration with her family's death, it seems like
Dude.
maybe they're going to pull at those strings.
And it could be both, because in the EU, when Abeloth
That's
gets
true.
killed, she immediately embodies somebody else,
Right.
like instantaneously.
Anya Taylor-Joy. How many times?
So
It's basically
but
going to be the mummy.
yeah, basically that's what Abeloth's story was in the EU. And so they're the guardians of Abeloth's tomb were the Mortis gods, but after they disappeared, she's susceptible to release, and Baylan just decided that he's going to be the one to control that power, I guess. So that's pretty much how I gather season 2 of Ahsoka is going to be. I don't know if they're going to make it back to our galaxy by the end, or if,
Wait a minute.
you know,
Fuck.
Oh, something broke in his brain.
uh-oh.
Yeah, so... Fuck, I just had a theory.
I think the gerbil finally caught the carrot.
Heir to the Empire. Heir to the Empire, essentially. But instead of what they were doing in the expanded universe, the big bad is going to be Abeloth.
Correct. That is correct. Because her thing is like, they put her in a cage because you can't kill her, right? She drank from the sacred pools.
And he's going to
She's-
call the Chisarian to freaking take down Abeloth.
Potentially.
Instead. That's the Grisk.
Yeah. Potentially, yeah. But ultimately, it's going to be, you know, because you can't kill Abeloth. And that was the thing in the EU, is you had to imprison her. So the Mao, right, in the...
Dude, this sucks.
in the what is it, the Kessel Run, could be a potential place where they trap her later in a Mao, because they did that in the EU.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Low-hanging fruit.
True, but you got to put her away sometime,
Yeah.
right?
I got it.
That
know
would be
how
a
it's gonna
prime.
end.
That would be a prime adventure to bring young Luke in because he's actually the one that tricks her into the Mao later.
That's just so much less interesting than the
Bastions.
Grisk or the. I'm sorry, Matt Cave.
No, it's all good. I figure I know how it's gonna end. There's gonna be some sort of mystical object, an item that allows her to be in our realm, and right at the last moment, Grogu is gonna steal it like it's a cookie.
Yes.
And she's
Yes.
gonna
And
get
eat it.
sucked back up like a Ghostbuster trap.
The Force MacGuffin. Have you forgotten?
You just all of a sudden you can see this little green hand come up into frame,
Yeah.
and the little amulet's gonna come flying out of her.
So he's
necklace.
the what are the cats in Marvel? What are the Marvels? The cats that can
That eats
swallow
They just fucking
Porg-
eat everyone.
Porg-
that eat the Tesseract.
He's gonna
Yeah.
eat it. Yeah, and then she's
But-
gonna go. "Ah!"
That's
Suck
what
into
it's.
the
That's
hole.
what it seems like. The clues were leading
I
to
am
for
all the
Ahsoka.
Grogus.
But the question is, do they leave that as a cliffhanger on Peridia and then bring them back out later during the big, cinematic thing?
Sounds fucking horrible, dude.
It's going to be interesting.
The problem with opening Pandora's box with Abeloth is like you legitimately really don't have like a tangible something to fight, because if Abeloth is your big bad, what's the point? If Abeloth shows up in front of Ahsoka, you're dead. Abeloth shows up in front of like pretty much anybody, you're dead.
Well, I think that Dave, because Dave is just Dave.
It's just Dave.
There's these little things that he did in Clone Wars that could pay off now. The fact that she's basically the physical embodiment of the sister could be completely immune to Abeloth's bullshit. So there's end roads that Dave has written into the story to allow for somebody like Abeloth to not be able to control her. Again, I think Luke is eventually the one that puts her back in a cage. So having her be the big bad and to get Luke into the fight and to get all of this stuff, all these heroes together, which is what they're looking for, you have to have a bad that's big enough to beat.
I don't mind him being the mythic wizard that shows up every once in a blue moon, because that's exactly what the fuck he was.
Right. And that's kind of how they're going to use
Unless you
him.
read the books, then obviously you follow him the whole time.
But in this era, he's more of a mythic unicorn that shows up to save the day. And so that seems to be the way they're going to use him. So use him that way and use Mark Hamill to do voice work and do your de-aging, but do it right. Do it with the proper budget. I don't care if you spend $500 million on a movie if it's great. I don't care if it makes $100 million. It's a W.
I've
Write
watched
it off as
1,000 hours of AI post Return of the Jedi Luke. If Disney can't fucking pull it off, I don't know what to tell you.
But
There's
write
1,000
it
kids on
off as a
YouTube
loss.
putting them to
See?
shame right now.
It's a business, and to be successful in business, you have to lose a little bit. So write the negatives off as a loss, collect your tax revenue for the next quarter, and move forward. Right? We look at it as the end of the world when things don't work out the right way, but ultimately, their business, and their business has been doing this for a very fucking long time, longer than some of us have been alive, and they're going to continue to do this probably long after we're alive because they own everything. And so, I think, like I always say, put your seatbelts on and just enjoy the ride for what you can. And if you can't enjoy something about it, just put it away. I mean, you're not going to love everything. I don't love everything. I love the star fuckery that goes on in Disney's project with Star Wars. I hate Sigourney Weaver being there.
Starfighter's gonna be good.
I hate Starfighter. I hate that they gave it to Gosling.
Good.
It's probably going to be good because it's Gosling. So
Yeah, but-
every fuck mom in the world
I-
is going to go watch Gosling
I
as a
hate
fucking.
that they gave it to Gosling.
So do I.
that
But
they
it's
gave
going
it
to
to
do
Gosling.
great numbers because every fucking mom is going to take their kid to see it because it's Gosling.
That's legitimately
So it's
gonna
like,
do great numbers.
That is fucking
call that good
fundamentally against what Star Wars was. Like
Right.
that's the basis of Star Wars, is that
And
it's
that's
supposed
why
to
I
be
hate-
a nobody in a believable story. And then you're like, Sigourney Weaver, Gosling.
this
you know
is-
what?
but that's
Fuck
what-
it. Lizzo.
But fuck Jack Black. Fucking I love Christopher Lloyd, but they fucking did it to Christopher Lloyd too. Like this is the Modern
Terrible
Family ABC lot where somebody walks in and goes, "Hey, can I be in this?" And then it's like, "Sure, you're going to be Commander fucking Typho on Delphi base
I
and you're
agree
going to
with you
be
1,000%, dude.
I fucking hate it's the one thing
It
about
cheapens
Disney.
it.
Well, look, man, I don't shit on Disney often, especially cuz I shill out more. How I'm not invited to their shillathons is beyond me.
You're
Right? I
just
shill
not
harder.
Shill enough.
I don't see how. I shill hard.
Yeah.
And the
Gotta
one
do
thing
better.
I won't shill about is the Modern Family cameos that go on in Star Wars. There's
You gotta walk the line, though, bro. You can.
There's
chill,
a
but you
million
gotta walk the
actors
line.
out there that
Yeah.
could have played the Lizzo princess. There's a million actors out there that could have played a goofy Jack Black knockoff. There's a million old men out there that still want to keep their acting career that have been doing hemorrhoid commercials that would have loved to have played that old man that's still a part of the Dooku separatist movement.
I don't know
Again-
how I don't get invited to these events. You know what I mean?
I know
feel
how you
like
don't
all
get
I
invited
do
to
is
these events.
just,
But-
you know,
But Sigourney
idea.
Weaver, we can't look away from Ripley. It's like bringing Keanu Reeves into Star Wars. I'm glad they don't do Keanu Reeves Revan. I'm thankful. Thank you. Fucking thankful.
I would like it.
I know you would, and I fucking hate the idea.
I know, and that's
Right?
okay.
I hate it. I'm so glad they haven't done it, but this is my problem. They did it with Jude Law. My biggest what was my biggest complaint about
Yeah, wasn't a
Skeleton
huge-
Crew? Fucking romances. All I saw was the holiday in space.
Yeah, you remember when Tupac was almost Mace Windu? Just saying. Like, what are we talking about?
I
right
mean,
now?
I go to that too, bro. I go to there also,
Mafia, that's
right?
a
Like
fucking really good point.
I don't
really good point.
like how they just and that was George Lucas's era, so that was his ball to fucking play. But in
Oh,
the
yeah, so
Disney
he could
era,
do it. We don't
yeah,
wanna
it's
do
his
what he would
fucking
do.
it's his creation. You do
Also,
what you want with your kids. It's no
it's
reason for me to
it's
fucking tell you how to
fucking
raise your
Sam
Listen, his
kids.
kids got sold off. Okay?
Those are your fuck trophies, not
Adopted.
mine. Right? You raise them how the
Hey,
fuck
Nerd
you
Mafia,
want.
Look, here's the deal. You got a problem with
Stepdaddy's
Mace
here
Windu?
now.
You fucking take it up with Sam Jackson and come back to me and let me know how that goes.
But ultimately my point is there's no need to do it.
Tupac doesn't get
You're
shot.
not gaining fans from any of these castings.
and you're
the only
pulling
one
money
you're,
from production.
the one you're gonna get money on, it's gonna pay revenue back with fucking Gosling. I guarantee it will be the #1 Star Wars movie that has ever been in the theater. I fucking predict it now because every mom is gonna go watch Ryan Gosling be a surrogate dad to a young person. Watch.
They better
Listen,
promote
man
that shit
crushes
on the
exist
starting
too. I'm
now.
kind of offended.
I fucking hate that they. The only thing they could have done worse is put Matt Damon in it.
Man,
Right? Like that's
Well,
the
then
only
you
thing.
also got
Fucking
that.
Jason Bourne in
You need to
space.
talk
Make a
to
bounty hunter
Christopher
movie with
Nolan's
Jason Bourne in it.
stat.
Right? I want Jason Bourne bounty hunter. That's what I want. Like that's where it is, man. That's the level they're at right now. And it saddens me because there's millions of actors out there in SAG that are grinding it out doing shitty fucking productions and B-list commercials that could have had a great time doing those roles. And
I
instead
think it's
they
kind
give
of
it
messed up. You brought up the guy that sung "Scotty Doesn't Know" while he's on this podcast.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
why I did it.
All right,
Yeah, because I was listening to that.
A little bit of grace.
I was listening to that today, as a matter of fact. Do you know that there's an entire generation that doesn't know what Scotty
What
doesn't
Scotty
know?
didn't know? So don't
Imagine.
tell him.
I mean, he did her on her birthday.
In a van, too.
Oh, man.
Guys, I gotta
almost
drive
like you never
to
left.
bed. I'm picking my parents up early in the morning.
Well, have fun. It was good to see you.
This was fun, man. That's good. Good to
That's
talk
all-
a little bit of Star Wars again.
Yeah. Well, have a good
being
night.
fun.
Be safe.
Yeah.
We'll see
You
you
guys
soon.
take care of yourselves, all right?
Later, man.
Later.
So, ultimately, the movie was good. Yes.
Mando
It
and
wasn't-
Grogu?
it wasn't great.
It was a fun adventure.
I enjoyed it.
Popcorn movie.
So far, getting coming up in third place, I guess, in the Mando series is what I'm hearing.
I was trying to find.
I saw the popcorn scores were good. The bucket wasn't green and throw uppy, so that's good. I hear the fan ratings were better than the critic ratings, and that's usually the opposite, right? On Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't pay attention to Rotten Tomatoes, so
The thing I
As long
was
as this
looking at
movie
the other day
has
was
threads that continue into whatever a season 4 would be or another movie, I'm down with that. If this movie truly just is more branches of the timeline that just end and they don't touch on any of the storyline further, then it's going to affect my rating in a couple of years. I'll be voting down on this film more.
Well, I do think that
Do all the
most.
cool stuff as long as it leads to somewhere. It's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you agree that most of the Disney Star Wars era stuff has aged better with time, right? I mean,
Most.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely
I mean,
That's like
the
you even
Clone
see people
Wars.
revisiting the Acolyte, which is crazy out of nowhere.
Actually, it's actually getting really good views on Disney Plus
Yeah.
in its post era, I guess,
It's
and it's
true.
not Prime era. It's actually getting really good reviews, and it actually did about a year ago too.
Which what? The Acolyte?
Yeah, it actually gets revisited quite a bit by unknown fans.
I need to rewatch that and Skeleton Crew.
I just rewatched the entire Mando series. I just rewatched Ahsoka. I just rewatched Kenobi. Basically, I've rewatched all the live action. Skeleton Crew is still too fresh, and I can't take another 4 hours of Jude Law. If I'm going to do that, I'd rather go watch something with a really cute blonde in it. But I do want to get through the Acolyte again. I've had a hard time starting it, but I think if they did what Days of Future Past did, I think they would have a really successful show. Re-debut, bring it out during a celebration year, show it to the celebration fans first, see what kind of legit fan response. And that's how they should be beta testing these shows and movies, is every year at Celebration. They should be using the panels and the fans and do it the way that comedians do it, right? If you walk into a Kevin Hart, if they're filming a special for Kevin Hart, or if he's going over the act that he's going to use during his specials, they confiscate phones, right? They make an organized way to confiscate or to lock them up in RFID bags, and show these people at Celebration who are crazy fans, and let them see, and then get a proper beta test, right? A proper audience reaction before releasing something like that. But I think that it would do better than they think it would. Because Days of Future Past is by far the superior movie.
That's a great one.
If
I
you
love
watch
that
them
one.
side by side, the Rogue Cut is the far superior movie to the theatrical version. But again, I'm a little biased, but I think that, I give this is on my higher scale for Star Wars content. I mean, this is in the A era. This isn't a B plus. This isn't a B for me. This is definitely a Battleship Sunk in my opinion. This is a good show. This is a good movie. They did a good job.
It's.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think this movie did.
Was that
what,
Hades? What was that?
I think this movie did what Disney wanted it to do.
So,
It-
yeah, is that about? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm tired. I was going to dip out after he did, but if you guys got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I
dude,
like I said,
Harry Potter.
at this point, we can do a breakdown when it comes out, and more. But yeah, man, I think we covered it, and I think getting the band together. I'm disappointed Shivi didn't show up, but he's got people in town, so he couldn't join the party. But yeah, I think we covered it. Anything else anybody wants to? What do you guys got going on? Let's do last words. Matt, what do you got? I know you're literally daily.
Matt's
So-
just making money.
Matt's just, I don't know if you see that counter behind him, but that thing just keeps ticking up. There's no periods or commas in there either. That is 31,000 fans.
That's real?
That's real.
I don't know how
Organic
it's
real. Non-hate real.
Practical effects.
Yes.
Practical effects. Nice.
It's not even
Matt,
really here. It's AI.
what are you doing now? Are you on a Mario run? Is that what I'm seeing?
I'm on
A Zelda?
I'm on a Zelda run right now. Thursday nights is Ocarina of Time, and we have declared, the Cave Dwellers have declared that Modern Mondays are back, and we're playing through Pragmata on Monday nights.
Okay. Dwellers. Dwell away.
Dwellers.
We love it. Mafia, are you doing anything these days?
I'm building a pool.
Okay, so you're doing manual labor. Okay, copy
I'm
that.
I
Fucking
am
home
so
ownership.
sorry.
They got you in the spice
Like,
mines
my
of Kessel,
face is
huh?
actually like burnt now just from stamping dirt for like hours. It's treacherous.
Okay, so digging a pool. Scotty is I don't know if you're catching it, but he is extract basically the extract king over here. He loves him some
Yeah, we play all of them.
marathon is sometimes on the horizon. We've been raiding a lot lately.
Marathon has a season 2 launch coming out soon with a new playable character, a new map. It actually has a free week, so look for that if you guys are interested in Marathon. It is a Bungie game. Yep, the same Bungie that did Halo. They made an
Is it a
extraction shooter.
Steam?
It's on everything. It's PC, it's console. So
No?
look
I'll get-
that up because they have a free week coming up at the launch of their season 2, which everybody kind of takes as like a desperate move because player numbers aren't the greatest. But you know, I know a lot of games that have done free weekends and free weeks. Even Tarkov was infamous for doing that to try to bring new players back. And the thing that people forget about extraction shooters is that like there's cycles to this. So we're getting towards the end of the cycle. They're going to wipe all of your progression. You're going to start over kind of thing. So the player count always goes down with games like that. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders with you, with Obsession and the boys Heyo Steve-O. If you haven't seen his channel, he's growing too.
Steve Surplus Supply, if you're not familiar.
Yeah, Arc Raiders is just memes at this point. It's random player interactions. It's the VoIP. I play every single game that has a VoIP where the enemy can hear you talking, and there's definitely a psychological factor in these games. But what I'm most excited about is I'm at 688. We are 12 subscribers away from doing a full playthrough of Jedi Survivor again, full completion run on that. And I've even talked about possibly, you know, depending on how well that does, I might play through Star Wars Outlaws and actually beat it this time because I don't know the full details of that story either.
Okay, so and are we still waiting, obviously, for GTA 6 forever?
Yeah, supposed to come out this year, later this year.
Okay,
GTA
okay.
6 is a myth.
Well,
Yeah.
real quick,
It's,
I
it's
want to
in the
make sure
PlayStation Store.
our biggest goal in our community right now. If you guys don't know, we spent a lot of time in our community in the early days. Today is actually the 5-year anniversary of our channel. So in that 5 years, we helped X-Wing get his start, and he has accumulated somewhere in 30,000 subscribers. Matt Cave, I think we did your first 500 here. So we were here during the birth of the Matt Cave. But currently in our group, Scotty is the one that we are hustling to get to 1,000 subscribers. And he is on the precipice of his 700 subscribers. So we want to, every time Scotty is here, we will be playing this beautiful work of art by the Matt Cave and the Miracle of AI. So please listen. This is what we want you to do more than anything.
There's no audio.
No, shut up. Really?
Perfect.
Man. Perfect. Hold on.
I do not support the use of AI in
Hold
this
on.
manner. I just want to point that out.
I can't believe he's showing it.
Hold on.
Unreliable, I'm
working
telling
on
you.
it.
No. I have to turn this off.
Never trust the droid.
I have to
This is
turn
what
it.
happens when I play around
I'm
and-
going to mute you guys. I'm
Echo,
gonna mute you guys.
echoing.
Hold on. I'm going to mute you guys because I had to add the computer audio to this so it dubs you guys back. Okay, we're going to try this again. This is what we're trying to get Scotty, so hopefully the audio comes up.
Remember to
Thumbs up or
like,
down?
subscribe, and share to help support the channel.
Okay.
Remember to like, subscribe, and share to help support the channel.
Okay. Now I can bring you guys back. Hold on.
They're gonna play
Matt Cave,
Scotty
don't
this
quit your day job with
voice
the voice acting.
This is what happens when I play around in Canva and share it.
Yes, that is exactly it. Okay, no more audio dubbing, right? We're back to normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Excellent. Okay. Yes. So that is that's what we're going at. So if anybody's here for the first time, or if you're rewatching the stream, make sure to get down to Scotty's channel and like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, because that is literally, we're gonna play that every stream from now until
I'm
Scotty
never coming back.
hits 1,000 subscribers. That's the plan right now. Is we're gonna play that every time until Scotty hits 1,000 subscribers. Because it was Matt Cave's voice, but it was a little bassier.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else got anything positive or negative or otherwise to say, or gross or disgusting, I leave it open to you, Nerd Mafia, in case you want to say something ridiculous.
Do some Fortnite, man. My son's
yeah.
making me play all the time. So,
Well, yeah, we've been hot arc rating for a while, but yeah, we can get back into some Fortnite. We can do another Fortnite, some more night. I'll add you. We'll make sure to add you after this so that when you're on, I can see it. Because whenever I'm on, if I don't see anybody on, I just go to Raiders or to Call of Duty, or I can talk smack to other Raiders. Cool. As always, thank you guys for joining. Don't forget, get out there and spay or neuter your pets. Help control the pet population. And as always, don't forget, today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. And if you have something to say it today. Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. You never know when it's your time to check out. So if you hate him, you hate him. Tell him you hate him. If you love him, you love him. Tell him you love him. But make sure to tell the things you have to tell today, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And as always, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. And we will see you again sooner or later. Take care. Have a good night.